Oh,
Okay, welcome to Critical Quest, and this your Crit Quest, the Red Hand of Doom. I am
Logan,
your
I don't think
humble
your camera's on.
What?
I don't think your camera's on.
My camera's on.
No, it's not on a Discord.
Oh, it's because I'm not streaming on Discord. But yeah, this is the Red Hand of Doom. I am your humble GM, Logan Cagle, and with me, as always, going forward is our awesome players. Uh, please introduce yourself, awesome players. Let's go with you first. We're just gonna do the same rotation every time, I think.
Awesome. All right. It's Mike Lawton, also known as Dark Side Havoc. I am playing Caleb Anubis, the half orc hexblade warlock of the dragon god Bahamut.
And then
Well, I am Skylar. I am playing Voltai Squall Talon, a Ranger Drake Warden cleric of Bahamut.
am I next? I forget.
yes, sir. That you would be next, if I'm correct.
All right. I'm Isaiah. I'm playing half-elf James Valmora. He is a Oath of Redemption paladin, and he's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
My name's Cody. Go by Ravenfeld, and I'm bringing you the big, lovable boy that is Thelgor, aka Larry. And so happy to be here. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah. Mike, if you want to go ahead and take away the announcements.
Awesome. All right. As always, I want to shout out, thank you to the musics and sponsors and producers. We got Tabletop RPG Music. We got Travis Savoy, Francis Bonin Music. Of course, shout out to Maddie behind the scenes doing the Lord's work. Appreciate you for that. I want you to follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch, right? Just be friendly, be happy, and say what's up.
Indeed. You can check us out every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be streaming this entire campaign. You can also check us out on Tuesdays at the same time. We're going to be going through a Baldur's Gate 3 run through where we're just going to have a good old time. I'm playing a wizard. I cast spells.
Old man wizard.
I'm so old. I'm so old. But tonight we're going to be playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. If anybody in the audience that is watching this on the stream or in the future, it is a tabletop role-playing game where we're going to roll some dice. We're going to see some stories unfold, and these folks are going to basically make those decisions for us. So, if you guys are ready, let's get into the Red Hand of Doom.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So, last we left off, our group of adventurers, comprised now of a collection of individuals, had made their way from the city of Brindle, a small city. The Platinum Steeple being where you had found a majority of your group for various reasons. Caleb Anubis being brought in a vision, cast forward towards a rocky mountainside where images of death awaited him. And after discussing more with his companions, learning more about the fate of the intrepid James Valmora, who showed up on the Platinum Steeple's steps, seeking the guidance of its inhabitants, the clergy of the Platinum Dragon himself, Bahamut. You met with Voltai after getting a little bit of rest and respite and much needed food. You decided that your group was much stronger together and that your goals were much aligned. Moving forward, you have all decided to adventure together, and after making your way towards the small town of Drellin's Ferry, Caleb's hometown, you were viciously attacked by a band of marauders. These marauders were comprised of hobgoblins in red armor, and during this attack, you viciously fought and met this new companion, Thelgor, a massive dragonborn warrior who had come out of the woods to slay some hobgoblins with you. This vicious, carnal, and very primal creature, individual, has helped save the day. You guys defeated the hobgoblins, collected some information after you viciously interrogated them, and now we pick up here in Drellin's Ferry. So, you guys are now in Drellin's Ferry. Give me just a moment. I gotta pull up the Discord so I can answer a few things. But yes, as you approach, you see a collection of guards off about 100 feet away. About 4 of them that are posted up, spears, crossbow at their side. All of them wearing various patchwork bits of leather and scale mail, anything that you assume they could find. But they seem to be posted and looking warily in your direction as you approach.
Well, Thelgor is going to follow the lead of the other members of the party.
Yeah, sorry about the music, y'all. I kept it silent. Forgot to hit play until just now. So, you guys move forward. And we're going to get something situated here. So, I'm going to open our map here, which we're going to get done.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We like maps.
We do indeed
like maps.
love maps.
True cartographer.
We're all Bagginses here.
We're all Bagginses.
We're all Bilbo. A bit of Bilbo in us.
There's a bit of Bilbo in everybody. Young
Agree.
Frodo.
Say that 3 times fast.
111 years old. Little bit of Bilbo in everybody.
It's being very weird. Yeah, it's just being very weird. Sorry, y'all. Give me just a moment. But yeah, you guys approach. As you approach, you see the gruff guard stands forward. State your business. Who are you and what do you want?
I would say that Caleb would stride a little bit ahead of the others and kind of pull down his hood and approach the guards. Said, "Stay your weapons." To me, Caleb.
Why is Cody's?
Just kind of wait for his
there he is.
response.
I don't know why I deleted Cody's camera for some reason. Weird.
Oops.
Oops.
Oh,
Whoopsies.
no.
No, not what I wanted to do. We make mistakes, folks.
Pitfalls of streaming campaigns on D&D.
Indeed.
There's always growing pains.
Well, it's not just that. I'm manning the battle maps, the OBS, and a bunch of other things. So you'll have to accept my apology here, folks. We're getting this ironed out. We had a different individual streaming last time, Maddie, and I'm going to be streaming on my computer this time, just because apparently I was looking through last time. The quality wasn't that great. The image was coming through really badly for larger screens. So we're gonna solve that by going direct to the source. All right. Okay. Cool.
Coo.
We're so golden. And the battle map. It's just on random combat music. You all stand there warily. You're like, oh my gosh, a random orchestra just showed up.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in
They're here for Caleb.
I hope it's not combat. I don't want to attack anybody.
This is my hometown.
They hear that and start freaking out. They're like, they point their spears. Show yourself, ethereal beatboxing. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. We're go. So, I'm gonna change the music to something less combat intense. Now that I have the stream settled. So, as I describe this, you guys will get to see it in Tailspire. It's gonna be awesome. So, you all approach the town of Drellin's Ferry. A small road descends into a small town, built mostly near the side of a broad and sluggish river. 6 old stone piers jut from the water, marking the spot where a bridge once stood. But the span itself is long gone. Instead, a couple of thick ropes cross the river, each secured to a flat-bottomed ferry boat. Brown fields and green orchards surround the town, and a group of armed townfolk, 3 in leather, 1 in mail, stand guard, watching you warily. And they call out to you, "Halt! State your business!" As you guys approach, and this is what you all see before you. And I will invite you guys to the board, actually.
Ooh, neat.
I'll have to fix this on the break, but that's okay. Indeed. Yes, you guys.
Also, keep in mind, I can't see it yet, though.
I would watch the stream. Just mute the stream. That's probably how we'll do it until the break. I'll get this situated on the break.
Okay, let's see.
I can see it.
Beautiful.
Looks sweet.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous.
But yeah, you see they stand before you. Their weapons forward, and you see the small lakeside that spills out towards some of these abodes. What would you all like to say as you approach? They look warily at Thelgor, who's just.
I would say that Caleb would take a few steps ahead of the group, kind of bring his hand up to like tell them to wait, and pull his hood down and just kind of approach the guards like, "It's me, Caleb. I'm from here. Hold your weapons."
"Oh, you're Jet's son. Hey, let him." And you see the one guard like puts his hands up. "No, so fast. Who are your companions? We know you. You might be from the town, but who are these people?"
And they're friends. I can vouch for them. They're fine.
Make a persuasion
Delgor
check.
just absently scratches his neck
Make a
and looks
persuasion check.
around.
It's pretty high DC. You have Thelgor's just this beast carrying a full wagon behind him.
Wait, I'm sorry. What am I doing?
You're rolling a persuasion check
Gotcha.
for them to
Now-
immediately let you in the town.
I just want to illustrate that despite his appearance,
Uh,
Delgor is very much just
13.
looking around whimsically, not a threatening posture at all.
They nod. Right. You see as they nod. Why do I have that over there? Come over here. Thank you. Sorry, guys. My name is Sergeant Hearth. And you see the most burly of them. This kind of tight goatee, dark black hair that kind of comes out from his helmet as he takes it off. You can see this curly mass of hair, and his eyes kind of narrow. Yes, so, as he said, just because you're from here does not mean we know who these people are.
I can assure you we mean no harm. In fact, we simply seek a place to stay for the night.
Ah, well, the old Bridge Inn is just up ahead. We will accompany you to the toll house if you will follow us. Just precautions. Things are dicey as of late.
Of course, thank you for escorting us.
He kind of
Much
nods to his
appreciated.
companion. The burly man kind of steps forward and kind of nods his head for you to follow, and he turns around. The others step out of your way, and he is going to march forward.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
And if someone can control Mike's character, please, I will give you their control of that.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Beautiful. He begins to pass through. You all see to your left, Mike. Caleb is familiar that the building to your right is the Shrine of Pelor. Small building. I'm getting some pretty bad feedback from someone.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I was trying to find the mute button and it wasn't like refusing to work.
You are all good.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Perfect. You're all good, all good. The Shrine of Pelor is off to your right. It is this stone building with thatched roofs that is modest, but you see the shining sunlit banners and the golden iconography of Pelor, the Dawn Father, the god of the sun. And here a small temple. The guard continues to lead you forward around the bend, and you hear the steady clanking of metal. Ting, ting, ting. And Caleb, as you approach, you see off a hill, and we're gonna pause here for a second because for you, Caleb, it is a moment. The smell of a smithy, the fumes of coal, and iron being worked. You hear clink, 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 as the metal of something new is being forged and worked. And you see like a large silhouette of a figure and a smaller one darting back and forth to a very familiar smithy off to your left.
I think Caleb kind of just freezes and stares for a few seconds and kind of questions whether or not he should walk over there. He's been gone for a while.
Lab okay?
Did you know this, Smith?
My father.
I take it you're not too close with it?
Close is an interesting way to put it.
Care to introduce us?
I suppose it's inevitable. Follow me.
Yeah.
And he starts walking towards it.
The guard comes back. We may revisit this after we visit the toll house. You may visit your loved ones if you are from the town, but they are needed.
I suppose we could come back.
Yeah, he's basically giving Caleb the go-ahead. You are known as someone from this town, but these individuals... the 13 wasn't enough, unfortunately. They are extremely bugged out right now about, potential threats. But you do see the site of the smithy and your father, Jet, who doesn't look in your way. He seems to be completely fixated on his work. As per usual, he is
That sounds about right.
very fixated man. And as you go around this next bend, you begin to see the green on the other side of this distant hill. The green itself.
I'm sorry. I just got connected to the map. This is crazy. I love it. Go ahead.
Cool. The the green has this massive tree that rises up, and as it does, you see beneath it are a caravan of traders, donkeys, people selling goods. You see a few children that cross, laughing, happy, and I'm gonna actually change the music because it's probably a little bit different.
I would say as we're walking, like Caleb kind of like leans over to Thalgor and asks him like, "Are you feeling okay? You're used to being around this many people."
Huh?
Yeah, you guys.
Thalgor from town, from Keep.
Really? Nice. What keep are you from?
Wrath.
Ah, cool.
Make a history check with advantage because you're from this area.
How long were you alone in the wilderness for, though?
Before or now?
Most
That
recently.
is a natural 20 on the history check.
Vrath Keep was a once sacked keep that was attacked by giants long ago. During an old age, with a nat 20, you're like, there was like an old kingdom that you remember that fell, and one of the lords made it like survived that fall, and their lands were based out of Wrath Keep, but they were attacked by giants. But in the recent years, within the past 100 years, there has been a new family. Although you don't know necessarily the name, you know that the rumor in the town is that they completely renovated this haunted keep, and it is with a nat 20. You know it's not a large castle or anything like that, but it's large enough to house a fair staff for this rather bestial man, dragonborn man, to be in front of you claiming to be from such a high-born place. It throws you off a bit. And with that, you're like, those people were human. The people that rebuilt it were for sure human.
I'm sorry, did you say Wrath Keep?
Wrath.
Varath, with a V.
Thalgor in woods for one week? Two?
You scratch your head. You're not sure, Thalgor.
Not long, but long.
Certainly long
Okay.
enough to get lonely, no?
Thalgor too angry to be lonely.
You guys begin to hear the raucous internal sound of a tavern, which you know, Caleb, as the Green Apple, off to your right, which is a very well accepted town. As you approach, you see a woman at the top of this toll house, looks down, and begins to turn around and enter. And it seems like the guard nods to this person as he approaches and goes over to this door. And he and you hear the door and it is opened. And you see in the internal opening a figure that has come down the stairs and opened it for you. You see this woman with like a violet set of armor, her hair braided around her shoulders, and a blade sheathed, this kind of angled set of features, and this really broad shield on her arm as she looks at all of you. And who are these people, Armand? And she looks past all of you towards Thalgor. She's like, ah, I see. Okay. Who are you people? And what brings you to Drellin's Ferry? My name is Captain Anita Sorana. You may call me Captain Sorana, though. I am the guard captain of this town.
Delgor heavily sits down with a thud.
Okay, that one does that. And she's just like, whoa.
Caleb kind of like moves forward, like, I'm not sure how to say this. I have a reason to believe that you all are in danger. This may sound abnormal or foolish or like a trick, I suppose. But I assure you it is serious. Something is about to happen. I don't know what.
I tell you what, you couldn't be more right, man. We know we're in danger. You're Jet's son. I can see it.
I am.
I know the man pretty well, especially these days. He's been forging arrows, doing everything he can. Good man. Good stock.
And Caleb kind of just nods.
We are in
What?
danger.
What exactly is happening?
Hobgoblins.
Urgh.
Me too, buddy. Me too. And
Red
she.
Hand.
What?
Red Hand.
Oh. Yes, we have. We've only managed to kill a few roving bands, and she picks up a shield, and this battered red hand. It took multiple of us just to get a couple of them down.
We had an
Yo,
encounter of
family.
our own.
No, that we took out an entire squadron of them on the way in.
Unfortunately, we did find a member, I believe, of your town deceased. Unfortunately, from these creatures, hobgoblins.
Delgor kill at least 3.
And you guys have the body in the back of the cart. It's covered. You guys covered it, but it is still in the back of the cart. Yeah. So she nods and says, I can't deny we are in a tough spot. A really tough spot. I mean, we don't know what to do. There's not enough of us. I can't leave this post and go gallivanting into the Witchwood. It's a terrifying place, number one, that could just kill me right out if I go in. And number two, it's... I mean, if what you say is true, there's battalions of them. And that's been our experience. There's more than we anticipated. This has been going on for several weeks.
They
Who
seem
did you
well
find?
organized.
And she kind of grimaces like she's anticipating a name that she knows.
Delgor uncovers the body and he picks it up so gently, like he was holding a baby, and he like turns and like shows her the body.
You show her body, which yeah. You see she squints. I do not know this woman.
Oh. Then she slowly puts her back and covers her again.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to her sooner.
She thinks to herself, I agree.
These hobgoblins, though, they have not attacked the town itself.
It is inevitable. Their number is growing. You
Not
people seem
again.
like a good sort. She waves her hand to the guard. You can go. It doesn't seem like this one is a threat. You're good, Armand. And he nods. Thank you, ma'am. We'll go back to my post. And He bows to the guard captain, and she nods, and he begins to head back to his post. And we will say he does. He slowly makes his way over to his post, and he does. Ooh.
That's slowly.
He Naruto runs at like. You were all watching him go, and you're like, I've never seen a man move so fast. Elagos kind of perched on a rock. Just, you see a rat just kind of skitter out of the rock, and he grabs it like wicked quick. You are a strange band of people. I will not lie. If you are intending to offer your help, which, believe you me, we will take it if you are offering, I believe the town speaker should be brought to attention here, if you don't mind.
I need help.
Blinks with one eye and then blinks with the other eye shortly afterwards.
We are here to offer whatever aid we can.
Very
It
well.
would certainly be wise for us to talk with your leadership.
She offers you inside. Please sit. And she's going to move to the side as you guys are offered space within here.
Delgor's gonna sit on a chair.
It shatters. Oh boy. She goes up to you and pats your shoulder. 1 second. And she goes outside and comes back in with this big ass log that probably was going to be used for firewood or something, or be split later. But she just sets it down, using all of the strength that she has. Ooh, that almost hurt my ears. Sorry, y'all.
My guy disappeared.
No.
Oh, it's because you're...
Thanks.
But yeah, you all find your chairs here, and she nods to you all and leaves you here, but for a moment. As she kind of disappears off and shuts the door behind her, you guys have a moment of respite here. You hear her commanding a few individuals on the outside, and Thelgor, you hear the cart being moved around. You all assume they are probably taking the body and to its proper place near the Shrine of Pelor. At least Caleb would assume so, given your mother's status within the town. However, eventually Captain Serrana comes back with a individual. I believe he's in here. Hold on, let me see if I can...
Comfy stone. Comfy home.
Comfy home.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're
Quaint
comfortable.
little village you have here.
Nice
Caleb.
fire.
Yes.
There he is.
I did miss it, I suppose.
So,
Always miss home. Always.
you hear the doors after about 10 minutes or so of you guys just chatting, getting comfy next to the fire, and you see Captain Serrana and a dark-skinned nobleman in long red robes come in. The nobleman looks eager, and an older gentleman, probably in his mid-50s. Captain Serrana has informed me that you individuals wish to help. And he looks at, he's scanning each of your group.
Delgor, help.
Nods. He smiles and yeah. He smiles and reaches out his hand to the first person who would take it.
Delgor takes it. Very, very daintily. 2 fingers in his palm and the thumb on the back of his hand. Again, a practice movement. He's done this with small people before.
Hello, creature. Man, what can I call you?
Delgor. Delgor Thelgor.
Thelgor. It is nice to meet you. I am Townspeaker Whiston.
With,
You may call me Wheeze.
with.
He goes over to you, Voltai, and extends his hand with a hearty bow, and kind of nods to your Drake companion. You are an interesting bunch. And he moves his way over to you, and to you, Caleb, and bows his head, offering out his hand. And I'm assuming you take
Caleb
it.
takes his hand and bows.
Yeah, he clasps both
Yep.
of his hands around yours and leans in. It is very good to see you, my boy. Welcome back home. And he pats you
Thank
on
you.
the back. Whiston is a very well-to-do individual, but even in spite of that, he has always remained the kind of person who puts his town first, always. Even if he has to sacrifice his own wealth at times. So he moves over and kind of shakes your hand, James, looking at your shield, your armaments. You do all seem like capable warriors. Captain Sorana has informed me as of such. And he steps at the front. Please be seated. I would not ask you to be uncomfortable during this meeting. Sorana, if you could join us, please sit. And he's gonna go towards the head of the table. And imagine we're sitting. Everybody's sitting. I wish the Hero Forge and Tailspire worked in synchronicity where it could do
Yeah,
that.
I would say that Caleb would take the chair probably closest to him
Gotcha.
on either side.
Gotcha.
No, we're sitting on a log, so the other end of the table.
James would sit.
Awesome. You guys gather around the table, and as he kind of brings up this carafe of wine off of a nearby shelf, he sits it down, starts beginning to pour glasses for each of you, setting them out. So, what brings you to the Rellan's Ferry? Before you
reason to
were
believe-
supposedly attacked, as the captain has informed me.
We were on our way here. We had reason to believe that Drellin's Ferry was in danger.
Oh, you would be correct. But why would you believe such a thing? What made... Were you in the mountains or the forest?
I was in a temple.
There's no temples besides the one here and a couple throughout the towns.
I wasn't here.
Okay.
I was told to... Well, told is a strong word. I was made aware of a danger that is approaching Drellin's Ferry, and I am here to stop it.
I'll get right to the point. The town is in fact in danger. Your presence here, the fact that you showed up on our doorstep right when we needed you and are offering help. Whew! He takes a moment. I'm not going to lie, things have been rough. Our town is under attack. Hobgoblin raiders have been harrying our lands for several days. On the more internal side of things, the exterior peoples that live on the outskirts of Drellin's Ferry have been harried by them for a couple of weeks. They seem to be residing somewhere in the Witchwood. They've attacked and killed people, and just waylaying people along the Dawn's Way. Captain Sorana adds, she kind of speaks up. We've had trouble with them before. You see quick raids on homesteads, west side of the river. You know, usually it isn't that bad. But, like, it's getting unmanageable. There's more of them. It's different. There's some large... It's a host. We feel like there's a horde of them. There's organized movements. It's too much just to be a small band of them moving around. It's organized. The speaker continues. beyond the immediate threat to our homes, this road is the lifeblood of Drellin's Ferry. We have to have it. If we lose the road, if our peoples are getting attacked, I mean, we cannot sell goods. People cannot import things. Our livelihoods are at stake. Even if we fear they're moving from the Warm Smoke Mountains somewhere. I fear there might be numerous enough to attack the town in force, and without the trade, we are ruined. We have to keep the road open.
Have you sent any scouts to investigate?
Sorana and a couple of others are the only in the town that are capable enough, and without them here, we fear that the town would truly be lost. We are in a predicament unlike any we've ever been in.
The longer we wait, I would imagine they could amass a force and attack and do exactly what you fear most. Perhaps we, now that we are here, can work with your captain, your people, and scout ahead ourselves, find their leadership within the woods, and dismantle them from within.
Allowing you to focus on your own borders and protecting your own people.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. What witch?
Sorry, say it again?
I will allow any one of you, just one of you, to make a persuasion check with advantage.
Well, it ain't gonna be me.
All right. Mine's is plus 7.
This is a DC 15.
Mine's is plus 7.
Oh, is that all?
And if you fail, you all die. No pressure.
Right. Which one of us is doing it, Isaiah?
If it's okay with you, I'll roll it because I just spoke, so I'll give it a whirl.
Do it. Roll that shit. Light that shit.
Come on, wait, roll. There we go. Nat 20.
Oh, snap.
We got 2. You guys are rolling hot tonight. Okay.
It'll fail us in combat, you watch.
Nat 20s and social encounters are paid for with natural 1s in combat encounters.
He nods. Bet. All right. And he snaps, Sorana, bring it up. And she's like, the whole thing? Town speaker. And he's like, the whole thing. The whole thing, Sorana. I'm not playing around this time. We cannot afford to sit here and waste time. These people have said it themselves. If they're willing to do this for us, we need to let them. So let's chop. And she's like, yes, town speaker, right away. And she begins to go up the stairs, and kind of moves her way around each of you, around your critter, and moves upstairs. She doesn't come back for about another 5 minutes. You hear rumbling upstairs, and when she does finally come back,
what exactly is she getting?
Patience. He begins to pour wine and drink wine with you all, and he just kind of sits there patiently, silent, stoically, giving you all the impression this man is kind, but also very aware of his position of power here, and knowing that whatever aid he can give you could make the difference. So he's just patiently waiting to show you instead of just speaking.
If it's 5 minutes that she's gone, Thelgor is genuinely asking, what witch?
What witch? You ask what witch, and Whiston says, the Witch Wood. It's a name for a forest.
Why?
I don't... It's
Why
scary.
you name it that?
I think, personally, if you ask me and many of the people around here in Drellin's Ferry, it's an accursed place. Many people die in there. If you do not follow the Dawn's way, or have someone capable within your group who can navigate forests, it becomes a nightmare. I saw Skylar just internally be like, nice.
Child's play.
And Captain Serrana comes back with a thick, bound chest that she sets on the table. And Winston nods. She protrudes, or not protrudes. She provides a key. She pulls out a key, and as the chest opens, she begins to pull out multiple bags and sets them in front of each of you. Because you rolled the nat 20, Winston says, "Not only have you exceeded our expectations, but your group seem more than capable to handle the task. You are exactly what we're looking for. 1,000 gold to each of you and 600 credit for various things that you might need. We have various folk around the town. Your father, Jet, could potentially help you provide weapons, armor, and we have another set of things. Part of this will be paying for this." And he begins to... Give me just a minute. Yeah, part of this, this 600 in credit is for these. And he pulls out a bunch of scrolls, like just a bundle of them, and just sets it down. He slides it forward. He then pulls out a section, like this vial collection of 6 like thick vials of swirling red liquid, and basically slides it over to you, in addition to the 1,000 gold pieces that you have already gotten. So each of you get 1,000 gold. Add 1,000 gold to your inventory. Thelgor, you look at this bundle. What is
and I
Thelgor?
push it slowly towards James. Gems.
Yes?
Gems.
Take.
Right. And it's not 2,000 gold pieces. It's 200 platinum for each of you, basically. So that way, it's much more manageable for each of you to carry.
Elgor has no pockets.
So, for you, James, that'd be 400 platinum.
Okay.
But you guys have 6 healing potions to divvy up amongst your group. You have 2 spell scrolls of shield, 2 spell scrolls of bless, a spell scroll of cure wounds,
Whoa.
and a spell scroll of speak with animals. These scrolls have been provided by the various clergy members as well as Avathel. Ooh, I almost tipped my water over. Avathel, the resident druid. If you have any questions about that nature, about the forest or anything, Avathel's probably the one to ask. Other than that, we do have a quite talented wizard upon the hill, and he points in the direction where you saw the hill rose up in this large manor in the distance when you were approaching. The town has various things. I'm sure Caleb will be able to help you around for anything you might need. And Captain Serrana nods. You all are... This is wild. She just frankly is like, you're exactly what we needed. And you see Winston kind of nods. We originally sent 12 guardsmen west on the road to find out where the hobgoblins were lairing. This was when it was all starting. They got cut to pieces a few miles inside the forest. We found their bodies days later. We could not afford to send any more. We're a small village. There's only about 1,000 of us strong here, and a majority of them are old folks, young farmers. Not many of us are fighters, if any at all. Captain Serrana speaks up. Got something in my eye. Captain Serrana begins crying because sand is in her eye.
So hard.
You see Captain Serrana kind of nods. I would be careful, though. From what we understand, they carry foul hounds that breathe fire. They have dragon men, even a couple manticores have been sighted flying around the woods from a couple of hunters that managed to survive and not be seen. But the woods are dangerous, and you should be quite careful.
Perhaps you could provide us maps of the area. Any intel would do us well.
And she begins to unfurl a map of the Witchwood. And these are just general locations, nothing specific. But there's a couple of spots in the woods. Whiston speaks up. If you do end up finding them, be careful. Seriously. We think they might have 100 warriors strong.
I assure you we can take care of ourselves.
100 more than 3.
100 is more than 3, Thelgor, indeed. You see your predicament now. And
they will need 100 and many more in order to stop the wrath of God.
He nods. You are holy folk, yes?
Who Bahamut?
I see there's some contention here. I'll let you hash this out.
Caleb points to the symbol on his belt when he says, "Who's Bahamut?" He just like kind of taps the symbol on his belt.
Bahamut belt?
Bahamut is a god.
God.
He's a brother. He's a wise god. He's just.
He is.
A lot goes into that, I suppose.
From what I understand, he is the god of justice.
Justice.
You all have found yourself in a predicament where I think much justice is needed. I and the town immensely appreciate it. Your presence is a boon, and we hope these gifts can help. We will send word, and he begins to write a note. And he begins to kind of bundle it up. He puts a wax seal on it, hands it over to James. This will give this to Delora at the stables. This will provide you a fair discount given your help if you desire to purchase horses at any point. Going into the Witchwood, it might be, unless you are planning on moving at a fast pace, it might be better to go on foot if you have someone capable, but if you do not, I would recommend horseback.
Is there anyone in town that knows the Witchwood best?
We need not anyone from town.
Serana kind of shakes her head. No. There isn't anybody in town, but I would advise you to seek out Jor. He's a good guy. You can't find anybody that knows the Witchwood better than that dude. But he's not in town. He's kind of out of the way. It could be I think it could be worth the walk, though. If you take the Witch Trail, go left at the first big trail crossing. His cabin's about 7 miles in. Or if you're on the Dawn's Way, like if you're following the main road, you can take a right on this trail that's about 9 miles from the forest edge. So once you hit the forest edge, go about 9 miles in, hook a right whenever you find the forest trail, and his cabin's about 7 miles that way. So it's near the Blackwater, if you need reference. Be careful there.
His cabin is in the Witchwood?
What now?
His cabin is in the Witchwood?
It's a little bit in the Witchwood. Yeah, he's a gruff ranger kind of man. He's a nice guy. But if there's anybody that knows that forest, it's him. So
how is it that he hasn't been attacked?
Who's to say if he hasn't? He doesn't communicate with the town very often. He just comes by every couple of months with a bunch of pelts and things that he's tanned and done. I mean, he's a simple guy.
Well, perhaps this hermit will be of assistance to us. As much as I'd like to like to kill them all. I don't think that's the best road to go. I think
Kill them all.
perhaps. Yes, I know, Thelgor. Kill them all, right?
They
that would
killed
be my
family.
preference as well.
They die.
Well, they will die, but first we must kill their leadership. We can't take all of them at once, no?
They killed your family. Winston speaks up. Who are your family, Thelgor?
Boar family. Wrathkeep. Brother, sister, mother, father, dead. Friends dead.
Your family was the Avananth family. The people that renovated the keep. Within, I think, the past decade or so, they've been renovating the keep. You mean to say they're dead?
Father, captain. All dead. Every dead. Burned. Maimed. Blood. Death.
If I had to bet, if this is true, Thelgor, then you might have already solved the problem of where they are. If I had to bet, that keep is probably where they're hiding out. It's the only place within the Witchwood that would house such a force comfortably. But I would have supposed that its defenders would have kept its walls. This is an ill omen indeed. I'm sorry, my boy, about your family.
He looks a little crestfallen for a moment, then his eyes seal a little bit. Red Hand. All Red Hand. Die.
If needs be quick, we may not necessarily need to find the hermit. Sure, I can cut a trail through the Witchwood as well as any.
Are
Sure.
you proficient in
But if
forests?
I know the forest like the back of my hand.
Very well. That is good for your group. I would suppose so, yes. And
Thelgor grew up in forest. Around Wrathkeep.
so, let's see here.
I'll tell you, it may be worth our while to visit this hermit anyway. He may give you a head start on whatever information you could gather. Besides, it's worth it to know if he's still alive.
Well, approximately how long does it take to get to your hermit's cabin?
A couple of days by the mileage.
Is it on the way?
If you guys want to look in the wiki, you guys will be able to see the map.
I am looking at it now.
You guys see, as they lay out the map, you see Drellin's Ferry, and right across the way of Drellin's Ferry, which is a two-part thing. For anybody that's curious about the whole map, we'll zoom out here, and you guys will be able to see Drellin's Ferry. And its entirety. A beautiful town along the river. And as you guys get over to the other side, the Dawn's Way, the road begins to pick up once more and essentially goes into this section of the Witchwood on the other side of the river. So, yeah. The Elsir River itself is large enough to where those two sections of the forest are split up. But you see multiple things, like the Dawn's Way continues, and you see specifically where Serana has mentioned, there's this marked old forest trail with all the dots. So if you see on the bottom, there's a guide where all the little dots are like footpaths and things. 9 miles in through the Dawn's Way into this side of the Witchwood, the path leads off into what you assume is what she called the Blackwater. And you see multiple images on the map that seem to indicate some sort of swampy area within the center of the woods. And yeah, Wrathkeep is seemingly over a couple of creeks. that you would have to go through. But from Drellin's Ferry is only about 8 miles following the Dawn's Way. Or a little bit more than that. It's about 12 miles, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So we could potentially stop at the hermit's cabin without actually going out of our own way.
Yeah. You could easily do that. So I believe you guys can cover. So how much can you cover in a day? I think it's like 20-something miles. Update. 25 more miles at normal pace, 30 miles at a fast pace, and 18 miles at a slow pace. So it's up to you guys how fast you would go. But you guys could definitely just ping all around the Witchwood really fast with Voltai. It would just be dependent on how you guys want to do it. The town speaker nods.
For the rest of you guys to know, I am able to allow us to ignore difficult terrain, so it doesn't slow us down. We can't become lost except by magical means. We can remain alert even while engaged in other activities, as well as move stealthily even at a normal pace, at least while I'm alone. And then also we'll never have to worry about rations.
Indeed.
That's huge.
Yeah, you guys will never have to worry about rations. He will always be able to forage enough food for all of you. So berries and
Even Delgor, that's a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
that, yeah. It puts you at the edge.
The real big kicker is that while we're tracking creatures, I can learn their exact number, sizes, and when they pass through.
It's useful.
Super
There you go.
badass. But yeah, you guys collect around. Speaker Whiston says, you all are very welcome in the town. I apologize for the guards. They are on edge. They really have been doing their best, but it is terrifying to them. What could potentially come.
It is merely to be expected. No offense was taken.
Thank you. You have our town's greatest thanks. Do what you need to do, and please, go safely. Yeah. And Captain Serrana and him nod, and they leave you to your devices. Captain Serrana kind of leaves, and they leave you in the toll house to talk amongst yourselves, trusting that you won't ruin the place. And they disappear around the corner.
Eat all of their food.
It would seem as
What
though
man
we
talk
have
about?
the opportunity to rest and recuperate. That was quite an ambush. What say you all we leave in the morning?
Agreed.
Okay.
I agree.
Delgor likes sleep.
Okay. How are you guys planning on sleeping? There's a couple of taverns and inns that you know about, Caleb, but there's also home.
I think Caleb is definitely going to want to go to talk to Sispia's family. He hasn't seen them since he became who he is. So 2 years and some change is a long time.
Delgor is gonna follow James.
Caleb, would you like some company, or would you like some privacy to see your family?
You're welcome. You're as welcome as I can give you.
Caleb begins
Then we'll come with you. Right, gentlemen?
Okay.
All right. You guys begin to follow Caleb around the green. You hear the bustling of the various people selling things around their market stalls. You hear the tavern off to your left of the Green Apple and the boisterous activity within. Oh, if we can get through this. Here we go. But yeah, you guys continue to venture forth. You hear the clanging of metal, and once again, the familiar smell of charcoal and things. waft through the air.
As the clanging starts to get louder, like Caleb kind of feels his heart kind of like his heartbeat escalate a little bit.
Delgor taps Caleb's shoulder. Pleb,
Yes.
your dad hits metal. Makes metal.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Do you make metal?
No, I make thunder.
Thunder. Both loud.
Fair.
Suppose the noise isn't too dissimilar.
And it continues.
That's probably the first time you've seen Caleb smile like since you've been with him.
Ting, ting,
Both hot.
ting, ting. Shh. You hear the sizzling of boiling water as something is quenched within the forge itself, and you all approach past a little field up the road and kind of sauntering up the hill. And as you approach, you see at the forge, with this blade dipped in, is Morlin, his beard tight, this red-haired dwarf who's just like ingrained his work, face covered in soot, hair balding around, and you see your father, Jet, with his shirt completely off. He's got this kind of smithy's apron on, and he's got a couple drinks that he set down at the table here.
Dude, Jack.
Yeah, and he looks over at this massive dragonborn who's just up the hill, and he's just like, ooh. And as he looks past you and sees his son. And he kind of sets his thing down.
So Caleb is like almost like he's turned back into the 17-year-old he was when he left.
Oh, is that young Caleb? Right, boy! And you see Moreland set down the thing and kind of work his way around, who's literally half the height of your father, who's this massive orc. You see Jet, Anubis, just stride towards you. It's been some time, boy. Where you been? And he kind of reaches his arm out with this massive, just muscle-bound forearm from years of smithing and working armors and blades and tools and farming implements. And he holds his hand out to you.
Caleb nervously raises his hand. Hello, Baba.
And he pulls you in for a hug and looks at your friends.
And he hugs him back.
It's what can I do for you? What brings you back to town, boy?
I have reason to believe the town's in danger.
Kind of leans up against the back. Yes, the town's been in danger. What's the words going around? Hobgoblins and stuff.
We've had some encounters as well. We're here to stop them.
And you survived, boy.
Yes, I survived.
And he kind of just smiles, and Moreland just, right, I always knew the boy would amount to something. And he clasps you on the back. Right, boy, you telling me you killed a couple gubbies? And you hear Jed is like, careful now, no offensive things. They're folk too. Some of them misled. Right, no harm, no foul. And he begins to, who are your friends? Can I get y'all a drink? Something strong for a returning home.
Yes.
And Caleb turns towards him and kind of nods for them to step forward.
All right, let's do it. Pour a shot, Jet. And you see Jet kind of turns around. I think it's appropriate. And he kind of turns around. It has this like thick bottle of some dark, viscous liquor that makes you wonder whether this is for taste or just to get you as fucked up as fast as possible. And he just
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
yeah. He pours the D&D equivalent of like Fireball mixed with
Jägermeister.
yeah, just the most intense concoction, and he pours each of you a shot and sets it in front of you and just downs it.
Giddy up.
Caleb
To the dawn,
immediately
father!
downs it.
I think Voltai picks it up and kind of like raises it to cheers it, and then grasps his helmet and pulls the mouth plate slightly forward and holds the glass up and drinks it before setting it back down and clicking the mouth plate back into place.
It's interesting. The
Belgor-
mechanisms just forward and it's very interesting.
Delgor holds the shot glass in like the tip of his fingernails, and he sniffs it. He sticks his surprisingly long tongue out and dips it in.
Not for you, Thelgor?
It'll put some hair on your skelly chest. And you hear Moreland pipe up. Ain't that right, boyo? If you can even get hair under the scales. And he sets his down. Right, so are you here for business or pleasure, lads? You say you're...
Business, technically. We're going to deal with these hobgoblins, and we could use some arms.
And it really
Come
just
on,
depends on how
boy.
much you enjoy the hunt.
You can't be
Pleasure
dealing with
too,
these
Thor, and these drinks
hobgoblins,
are better.
boy. You're gonna put yourself in danger. It's foolish.
I'll be fine, Baba. Besides, someone has to do something about them.
You
Are you
always
aware
were
of
your mother's
guns?
daughter. Headstrong, rushing into things to help other people. Suppose that's why I love her.
Are you aware of the acts that your son has achieved in his absence from this village?
No. Enlighten me. And he kind of leans back against the thing. He pours another shot and just...
I think Voltai kind of looks over to Caleb to like make sure he's cool with Voltai speaking on his behalf.
Jason kind of just... Jason. I don't know why I keep doing that. Caleb just raises his hand and summons his sword in front of him with the sparks of lightning.
What the... Nine hells, boy.
Your son is an agent of justice.
He takes the sword... He like puts his hands out like he wants to inspect the blade from you.
Caleb turns it and hands it to him.
He's looking at it as Voltai is speaking. He's like looking at this blade.
He and I have endeavored to quell uprisings very akin to the one you seem to be dealing with today. In no small part are many towns just like this saved by agents like your son.
And the blade disappears into nothingness again.
Well, perhaps more impressive than his skill with the blade spells. He's helped heal a broken man. I barely know the fellow, and yet I feel a renewed sense of purpose in my life. And I can thank him for that, partially. He's a good man.
I always knew you
Caleb
would be.
nods towards...
You've come a long way, boy. And he sets the blade in your hands. If this is the life you want, I won't stand in your way. It makes me worried. But I love you nonetheless. Try not to die, boy. You know you good to, no, you're no good to anyone dead. And Moreland nods, right that! And not just so to some hobgoblins. You don't want to die by the hand, lad. Vicious creatures. They don't really give pity.
They
Neither
die
do
like
I.
all the rest.
Right?
Cheers.
And you guys throw back another shot. Moreland's like, so if you're going to deal with it, you'll need some armor and weapons, lads. Is that why you come here?
Well, we came here to meet you, of course, but that wouldn't hurt.
You
Basically just start. God damn, why do I keep doing that? Caleb. Got too many characters. Sorry.
100
Caleb just
characters
starts to
in
look-
100 different games
yeah.
later.
Caleb just starts to like kind of almost look around for his sister.
And you look around, and as you're like looking left and right, you look up, and she's like hanging above you, with her like heels dug into the roof, and she just like hangs upside down, her poof of hair. You see this dark skinned, very similar to Caleb, kind of two little mini tusks poking out of her face. This massive bun of curly hair. He's like, "How you home, brother?" And she kind of holds out her hands to high five you. She kind of
And
just
he
dangles
kind of
like,
reaches up and does it back. What's up, bro?
and she like flips and does a backflip and lands, just like you taught me. And you see your father's just like, "Cut it out! You're gonna hurt yourself, girl." And he kind of comes over to her and scoops her up. She's like, "Dad," and and he kind of sits her down on the edge of the workbench.
Caleb
And
is beaming. He's so happy that she's the way she is.
she's like looking at you with her face kind of tilted. "It's been a while. What? You look so cool." And she's like looking at you with your like sword and everything. You still haven't put it away. She's like looking at Thelgor. "Who's that?"
Hi.
"Hi,
That's a new friend.
I'm
Thelgor.
Rue."
Delgor.
And she puts out her hand, kind of timidly, like she doesn't know what to expect. Her hands are like shaking.
Again, super gentle. Takes her little hand, gives it a little shake.
Take my lead.
Hi.
So cool. "What about that one?" And she kind of points towards Voltai, who's just this scary-looking warrior with a bow on his back. And she's like, "Do you have a face?"
I do, little one, but you nor anyone else will ever see it.
"Why?"
This is the way.
"I don't get it." And she kind of turns to Dad. "I'm thirsty. Can I have some orange juice?" He's like, "Sure." And he just kind of points inside, and she like kind of jumps down and just scatters inside. "Mom, Caleb's home!" And she slams the door. And
I like her.
this
Nimble.
is the way.
Yeah.
Don't sue us, Disney, please. Don't do it.
Please, please.
Oh God.
Run a Star 5e game.
God, I would love. I would. Oh,
I would fucking kill
so
to
fun.
play a Sith sorcerer, bro. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm right there with you.
Like a full
Yeah.
Sith game.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome,
it'd
actually.
be sick.
I would
Just
do
a
that
Sith
100%.
campaign would be amazing.
Oh
But-
my god.
For reference, and I don't think you all. I only think Skylar knows about it and Mike, because you play in my Drakenheim game. I don't subscribe to the idea that plate armor is 1,200 gold. Ridiculous. Absolutely abhorrently priced. There are magic items that are plate armor that are less priced. So basically, the way I like to do things is it's half price for your plate armor. 600 gold pieces for a full set of plate armor. Given you can buy half plate for like 250. So, Moreland kind of
No,
speaks up.
James.
Right, there's a bunch
Might be a
of
good
options here. We got different bits of plate or half plate if you need it. Different leather workers that've come through and given us product. We're a bit short on that side of things. The guards tend to work on that sort of bit. They're not really proficient in heavy armors and such. But we have a couple of things. Jet's been working on a couple of projects with me. And Jet nods. To all of you, this is the weirdest duo. A full-blooded orc and a full-blooded dwarf just chilling. And they're just shooting the shit. They're hanging out like this is the same thing every day.
After
Caleb
two
does
shots,
just
whatever we
an
just
uncle.
drank, I'm just like totally game.
You're like,
these guys are cool.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
begins
Caleb,
to.
that's just his uncle.
Yeah, he begins to show you different sections of like plate armor and designs that he could do. He reaches in and shows you like kind of already worked armor, but he kind of offers, right, if you're looking for something more sturdy, if you're going after these hobgoblins, you might need to bash them in a little bit. You seem like the only one capable of doing it. No offense, big lizard man. I'm just saying.
Telgor's just looking around, like not really paying attention to the conversation.
You're just like you see birds and things. You see all manner of comings and goings in this village that you've never been to. But yeah, he begins to kind of lay offers on the table for you guys for anything that you might need here, and you guys will get a 25% discount across the board for friends and family discount.
Oh,
Beautiful.
snap.
So
I like.
the 600 gold pieces would be 25 times 6. So that'd be 150
450
gold less. So that'd be 450 gold for a set of plate armor for you.
Which is
A steal.
a fucking steal.
Huge steal.
As you
Yeah,
can see, I'm
Caleb
still
is
wearing
kinda
old
going,
chainmail
yeah.
armor that is kind of wasting away. Not to mention my longsword that is dull as can be. Perhaps I could use an upgrade.
Right. Well,
I assure you, any equipment made here will definitely be more than an upgrade.
he begins to look at what you have and kind of show you pieces that he could work with to fit onto your already existing armor, ways that he can rebuff your chain, fit some plates onto it, give you some pauldrons potentially, as well as he offers up this beautiful looking helmet, which doesn't fit right away, but he's like, right, we can take your measurements and we'll get that sold. Jet's an amazing helmsman, or not helmsman, but he's an amazing crafter of helms.
He's also.
left. You see, Jet is like
He just happens to be a helmsman too. It's all good.
not even connected to a boat, a giant helm. Just. But yeah, and as the day grows long, you guys can requisition things. If you guys are planning on spending the night, your father and Moreland have offered to stay up all night to do this.
I would.
Awesome.
I
What
would
would be the way
inquire
of
about
a
a
weapon?
whip.
Yeah.
Caleb first.
That'd
What
be
about
leather.
weapons?
That'd be a leather person.
Weapons, whip, a leather purse.
Yeah.
Leather-
I would like
Leather.
definitely to
sword, you know.
upgrade my armor and sword if the budget allows.
Okay.
I mean, 450 gold for a suit of plate. I don't know what sort of weapon you got.
So
But-
what's on offer here, specifically? So at Moreland's Smithy, there's a battle axe +1, a long sword +1. They have a set of adamantine chainmail for 375 gold. But they also have a set of unworked plate mail that is just normal plate mail. But again, they'll give you the discount if you wanted to have that. Moreland, if kind of nods, right, lad, is that what you're going for?
Full plate would would certainly be an upgrade.
Adamantine chain would protect you from all crits, but full plate would set your armor class way above.
Yeah, and when I have the shield already, it's gonna get up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go with the full plate.
He's gonna take your measurements. You see Morlin and Jet begin to take your measurements, looking at what you already have, and essentially kind of do the math. And you see your father go into a mode that you know very well of just complete and utter focus. They have diagrams that they're setting out from the equipment that they've already made. They begin to draw sketches. Morlin kind of sets up the work and nods to you all. Right, as far as weapons, we have, like I said, a battle axe is pretty good. We have this here longsword, and he begins to set it over. The longsword is going to run you about 150. It's a longsword +1.
I look over at Thelgor, who's maybe he's still spacing out, looking at
Yeah,
birds.
he's just kind of
Thelgor,
scratching his side.
I am holding on to your prized currency here, and I see you haven't taken an interest in any items. Perchance, would you like to browse yourself?
Metal uncomfortable. Thelgor no like. Brother tried to put Thelgor in tin. No like.
Well, perhaps something other than metal, assuming they sell other things.
He flexes his hands. Father tried to teach Thelgor sword. Thelgor better with hand.
Yes, you've proven that.
Right, lad.
Combat.
And you see Morlin kind of nods. Do you have 2 gold?
Oh yes, he certainly does.
Okay, mark off 2 gold. Morlin comes out with this very fine leather and begins to go over to you, Thelgor, this tiny little dwarf with this balding red head, and he goes over to you. May I? And he points towards your hands.
Thelgor actually immediately kneels down as the dwarf approaches to try to get. I mean, at 8, almost 9 feet tall, he's really just shaving off like a couple feet. But he tries to get down, and yeah, he welcomes it. He holds his hands out, his
Right,
friends
lad.
trust him, so he's got absolutely no reservations
Right, lad.
at all.
If you're gonna fight with your fists, you got to do it with your fists wrapped. And he begins to show you how to wrap your knuckles, going into basically formations around each of your fingers, teaching you how to use this. It's this light leather that gives, and the only reason he's using leather instead of cloth is because he feels like cloth would rip on your scales.
Oh,
So
100%.
he winds it around, almost like an MMA fighter would wrap their gloves, and just basically gives you this this wrapping to work with, so that way you don't hurt your hands. Right, and this is how you do it. If you take it off, and he begins to show Thelgor over the course of time, of about the next 30 minutes, as you guys sit here, relax, chit chat, how to wrap your hands and protect them. And he gives you the leather wrappings.
Thelgor gets super excited. Is there anything around here that looks like it's breakable that isn't manufactured?
Right, and he points towards a thick stump. He points towards a thick stump of a tree that would probably
Thelgor
be
is going to
right
go
here.
over and just absolutely demolish it.
Boom! Just right, the Lord of the Dawn. Oh Lord! Oh, and he begins to grab his head. You're traveling with the beasts. Woo! He right. We'll have your plate armor done by the morning, and you see
Caleb smiles as he decides to walk inside. He's going to see his mom.
You kind of push inside, and as you push into the interior of this home, this is the interior. I am working on minis for your mother and your sister. And as you come in, they are at the table. They are sitting down. Your sister is drinking, just drinking orange juice way too fast. And she, hey, it's Caleb. And your mother, who this older, dark-skinned woman, very similar hair to your sister's, although it's well tamed and well kept. Kind of priestly vestments, as she's sitting at the table, with her fingers around a mug, and this warm smile as she sees her son come through the door. You guys,
So
you make your way in. Does anybody else follow, or are you guys just outside with Thelgor?
Well, Thelgor's out. Well, is this happening during the training montage?
I would say so.
Okay.
I'm distracted by that montage.
Okay.
I would say that Caleb walks in, sees his mother, and makes a beeline to run and hug her.
My darling boy. And she kind of rushes over to you and grabs your face and kisses your cheeks. And how have you been?
I've
Be
been
honest,
well.
boy. Don't mix your words. How have you been? You taking care of yourself?
As best I can.
She kind of rubs her thumb along your cheek. You're different, I can tell.
Indeed.
Well, you're home. That's all that matters. What are you back in town for? It's good to see you, my boy. And she gives you a hug. She just gives you this warm hug.
And I wrap my arms around her and squeeze her and almost pick her up off the ground.
Oh, okay. And she gets picked up. Rue is like, they said they were going off on an adventure. And your mom's like, tilts her head. Oh? Do tell.
We're here to deal with this goblin problem.
No, my son. You're gonna get yourself killed, boy. I know you look battle hardened, but folks have gotten killed. I don't want you to die.
I know you don't, but something has to be done.
But what about anybody else?
Who else?
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I know you're worried about me,
So worried. I
but
haven't seen you in a long time. You're just now getting home, I mean.
I'm not leaving until tomorrow, so
Right. So you're staying
let's
for
make-
dinner.
Let's make the most of it. Of course.
Right. Do you have any... you see Rue kind of pops up. He has a big dragon man friend. And she points out the window, and your mother kind of tilts her head. Oh, my lord. and she kind of like...
Just as I bring my fist down on the stump, just
boom! Just shatters everywhere. She's like, right, I'll have to go to the market and get some more things for dinner. I'm assuming they're going to
Don't
have some
worry.
larger stomachs.
Yes, don't worry. He's surprisingly friendly.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, that's that. And as she smiles, kisses you on your cheek once more, and begins to collect her things, you see your cat grab a couple of bags. Go get your bags, Rue. We're gonna run to the market real quick to prepare for dinner. And you see Rue and her go into this kind of synchronous moment. And your mother, Celine, gives you this warm hug once more, and they begin to make their way out the door. And as they do, and you begin to complete the ritual of measurements and things that Moreland puts you through, or in this case, it would be Jet who is measuring your arms and the circumference of your head and everything else, James, for your armor, so that way they could work it over time. As Moreland is wrapping Thelgor's hands. And as this happens, we're actually going to go to break. And we're going to be back in 10 minutes. So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. We hope that anybody that's been watching enjoys so far, and we'll see you in 10.
Sounds good.
Indeed.
Okay. I'm gonna fix the camera stuff again, which is all good. While you guys are role playing, I'll do that in the background because I forgot that I wasn't streaming on Discord, so it rearranged the whole call. You can see my lovely icon, the classic Dungeon Master, near and dear to my heart.
Almost as old as I am.
Ancient.
Oh, was I?
Tale as old as time.
Okay.
Wow.
So I assume we're all gonna just kind of go, hit up the inn, except for maybe Caleb.
Yeah.
I would indeed think that we should secure lodgings. He says
I think,
that, and then he says that, and then he
Mhm.
begins to walk off into the distance over there, into the wooded section of the map. And you guys are left like, what the fuck?
Wait, so where are you going?
Caleb probably understands what's going down. Voltai doesn't sleep in inns.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he's a ranger. Yeah, makes sense that you would like.
Where Volty
He just-
going?
Where's Volty going?
He just splits off from the rest of y'all.
He's a little bit more comfortable in the woods, if that makes sense.
To each their own.
Okay, we have two Codys on the screen.
That's
Nice.
crazy.
Double.
Delgor spent most of life in woods. Woods awful. Stone building, nice, warm, comfy blanket.
Could use a bath too.
Agreed.
Terrible.
But Caleb's definitely gonna stay with his family.
There we go. Now we have a Scarlet.
Delgor stay with Kleb?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Delgor liked Rue. Rue reminds Delgor of Thelgor's sister.
Awesome. What was your sister's name?
Oh, itty.
And Caleb just kind of takes a deep breath because he's trying to figure out how to approach the next part of the conversation he wants to have.
Indeed.
Oh, Gord,
Mm.
can you tell me again exactly what happened to your family?
You guys are inside at this point, I would assume. You guys have made your way. Oop.
Nighttime. Nighttime. Drums. Fire. Screaming. Thelgor hide. Thelgor hide in cellar. With sister and mother. Brother and father go fight. Thelgor was scared. Thelgor forgot what Thelgor learned when Thelgor was child. Thelgor spent years building, carrying, building, always using hands. Lessons never work. So Thelgor was scared. Thelgor hid. But father and father's men not win. Goblins break through. Kill everybody. Thelgor ran.
When did this happen, Belgor?
2 weeks?
Just weeks ago.
Thelgor, as he's reminiscing, he pulls the little hairbrush from his belt, and it's got like the dried blood in it. This sisters. And then he pulls out the scroll case.
It's
Father,
beautiful.
give this. Say run, get far away.
It's beautiful. You see the scroll case that he pulls out is like locked in platinum and iron and has like gilded gold pieces, but it seems to be a very secure sturdy scroll case, like it contains something very important.
So
Caleb kind of
Felgor read.
reaches. Caleb kind of reaches up his hand. May I see that?
And you see it for the first time since you've like met him. Like he hesitates. Like he's always been so willing to like just let people engage him, but now he kind of looks at you with a different set of eyes as if for the first time. A slight level of mistrust. Just for a moment. And then he slowly hands you the case.
Caleb, as he takes the case, he goes, "It's all right to say no."
Felgor trusts pleb.
Thank you.
The names.
Did you, say,
It's
did you say pleb?
Pleb.
you call him a
Oh, I
pleb.
thought you said pleb.
Pleb.
Get on my level, you pleb. I'm 9 feet tall.
That's
You
a
even
pleb.
lift.
But yeah,
No, I'm a full ass warlock. I'm not lifting shit.
he hands you this
Rank
scroll,
8, baby.
and yeah, it is a scroll case. Would you like to open the scroll case, Caleb?
I want to inspect it a little bit to try and
Sure.
get some type of idea of how old it might be.
Make an investigation check
Awesome.
as you're like looking it over, checking for any sign of how old this thing might be. You're certain it contains something important because of the iconography on it.
13.
With a 13, you don't detect it is not trapped in any way. It doesn't appear to be containing something outwardly evil or magical. You just see a like insignia, like an A for what you're assuming based on your conversation with the town speaker Whiston is the Abernath family, which was probably the family that Thelgor was talking about with his his mother and father. But yeah,
So he's still holding it. Caleb looks at Thelgar and goes, "What is it?" Is it all right
Father
if I
say
open
take,
it?
get away. Felgor, good boy. Take, get away.
Is it all right if I open it?
It open? I thought just fancy box.
Yes, it opens. Is it all right if I open it?
Felgor wants to know. Maybe has snacks.
you
All right.
you open the scroll case. It has a mechanism that you're able to turn and you pull off the top, and inside you see a bound piece of parchment. Say that a bajillion times fast. Bound piece of parchment. Bound piece. So you pull it out, and see inscribed is the blueprints of a keep. That's what you see.
Pictures.
You see pictures. Yeah. And I don't have the exact layout here for you guys, but what I do have is a description that is good enough. What is depicted on here is an intricate series of blueprints that seem to it has a front and a back to it. It's wound into this scroll case, but as you pull it out, you're like, oh, this is interesting. It's got a front and a back to it. Make an investigation check. Anybody that would like to.
I'll peek over his shoulder.
Voltai is
Who?
chilling in the woods.
Yeah, because like my intelligence is +0, so anybody has plus anything to intelligence, please feel
Negative
free.
1, my friend. Negative 1.
Good roll
I
in
got
at 20.
it.
None of us are smart.
Different kinds of intelligence, man.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
go ahead.
You guys Caleb lays this map out, or this design for this keep.
All
I rolled an 8.
All right, I'm rolling Oh boy.
You're like,
You know
I'm
what?
an
13
architect.
again.
Hey, Logan,
What's up?
could I have advantage on this roll just because I lived there for 7 years?
No.
All right, fine.
I
For
rolled
this
another 13 on my investigation. I
and
don't
any
know
other
what's going on with the 13s, but
in any other circumstance, I would give you advantage, but for this specific thing, never have you ever seen what is referenced in these things.
Oh, okay. I got a 10.
You got a 10? You're
Got
like
10.
you're like looking, you're like, "Oh, that's the armory building. That's where the towers are." You're like, "Oh, that's where the bridge is." And then you see, "Oh, the horses are the horses and ponies are stowed over there." Yeah, you're like pointing out things. And did anybody get over at 12?
I got a 13.
A 13? With a 13, it takes you some work. This is intricate, and none of you are architects. You're warriors, and you're like looking over. You're like, oh, this is pretty intricate. It's a little bit more detail than you were expecting, and some of the marks are like, but it seems to be building plans for the original foundation of Wrath Keep, and it says so. And you see the insignia in the bottom right-hand corner of this unfurled blueprint map. Seems to, instead of an A, bear an upside down, a V, that has a different gilded insignia around it, seemingly being blueprints from the original Wrath family. You see, eventually, as you're looking through, at the bottom right-hand corner, what is obvious is a section of the keep that is different, that is separate to the main keep. And you see notes about digging, notes about hiring miners, the ones with picks, not children. They're not running a sweatshop out here. But hiring miners to dig out underneath Wrath Keep and potentially find space for something. You, with a 13, see that some secret compartment or vault underneath the keep has been stowed away and kept secret by the Avernath family, that they must have had a hard time getting into, or potentially just locked away and didn't want anybody to have access to. You're not sure if that's the case, or what, but it seems to depict this long chute that goes down into a multi-sectioned vault. Of what it contains, you're not sure, but the Wrath family fortune is likely. So, and from what you guys were told, the Wrath family was an old Restalorian noble family that fell when giants were went and took down their keep, and the Avernath family came in and built it back up, and obviously it seems that this the Thelgor has been a part of their family for some time now.
Thelgor, is this your home?
You said your father gave this to you.
He was bleeding, stabbed badly.
I'm sorry that they didn't make it, but this is important.
That's why fancy case.
Indeed.
Case, yes.
And Caleb kind of rolls it back up and puts it back in the case and hands it back to Thelgor. You should continue to guard this with your life. Don't tell anyone what it is. Don't tell anyone what it is.
Don't tell people in pictures. Got it.
And Caleb nods his head.
So, you nod your head, and what is Thelgor feeling in this moment? That this thing that you really had no idea what it was, these people have seemingly explained it to you.
I mean, like, I don't think Thelgor really understands the gravity of it. Like, even when if you were to say, like, it contains the vast wealth of your entire family, he'd be
Yeah.
like, ah,
Cool.
cool, right? Like, wealth and influence doesn't really process in his brain the way it would for most people.
Yeah.
Like, all he knows is his dad gave it to him to protect it, and that's what he's gonna do. And if everyone else happens to take him back home and unlock some ancient trove of wealth with glorious items inside of it, all the better, because he gets to go home, and that makes him happy.
So, that begs the question. As you guys hear the ting, Morlin and Jet begin to work on the measurements that have been given to them and fulfill your request for a suit of plate armor at a reasonable price of what I say, 450 gold. Yeah, just
Very reasonable.
I
Yeah,
believe
I have some questions. Is there any possibility of a +1 rapier or shield?
You see Morlin nods. Right, we do have one +1 shield, mechanically speaking. It's the last one we got. It was... Right, never mind. It was going to be a Christmas present to my cousin, but if y'all are going out, here you go.
Much appreciated.
He winces as he releases it. And I will say that +1 shield is going to run you 250.
Okay.
Now, I think earlier James was inquiring if Thelgor wanted anything because he was going to request Thelgor's money.
No, I have enough to cover. I was actually genuinely curious if you wanted something. I felt bad.
Because at the end of the day, like, he would totally say, yeah, you can have his money. Just
Wait,
so
did
you
I
know.
say you had 400 platinum? You only have 200. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. James. I think
Well,
I
he had 400 because he had mine.
Well, 200 platinum is 2,000 gold.
Oh, yeah.
So, I
So
think
you gave us, was it 100 platinum per person?
Yes, so it would be, you would have 200, not 400. I am so sorry. So sorry.
Let me see if I screwed that up or put that in. Hold on.
I think I told you 400 for some reason, and yeah, we're just out here at level 5, making it rain on these merchants.
Yeah.
And you guys do have an order, a note from the town speaker that says that potentially you could go over to the stables and purchase horses at a discounted price as well, if you so desired.
Who wants to take Thelgor to buy a horse?
No joke.
That poor horse.
You're gonna need I don't know.
Just take
What's the
two and
biggest?
strap them together.
Yeah. You'll need a special cart.
Oh my god. Yeah, it might not be the best idea to put you guys on horseback through the Witchwood. You have a ranger, so if you guys are going through
Yeah.
Horses later.
Yeah, horses later.
I think so. I think that's the move here. You guys got this piece of paper that's one use only, and you're like, save this for later. When we're not going through the woods, when we're not roughing it like woodsmen. But yes, you may all take a long rest. As your mother Celine and Rue come back, and she makes you a very delicious pasta recipe that is like infused with this like minced rabbit that some rangers in the town had caught, and she went into the market and bought for you guys. Much more rabbit than she usually would have, given Thelgor's ginormous size. She comes in with like 6 of them for him. She's like, I didn't know. I just kind of assumed. I hope your belly can fit this. And she sets them down and begins to like work on cooking at rapid pace. It is delicious. And cots are made for each of you with each of your respective equipment. And yeah, you guys find your first long rest.
As she walks in with the
Day
rabbits,
2.
Thelgor's just like, Thelgor had goblin earlier. Thank you.
Several hobgoblins.
Dear, are you not okay? Well, this will feed us for a couple of days, I think. She kind of throw this in the salad, darling, and you see Rue grabs the rabbits and just teeters over, just waddles over and kicks open the back door, and just you hear this thunk, 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 thunk. They're in the cellar. Put them on the shelf. Don't throw them into the ground. And she's just like, fine, and runs back down into there. And yeah, is there anything you guys would like to do, talk about, before you guys take the long rest?
Well,
Oh,
anybody have anything?
Voltai, at least. Voltai, being an elf, is gonna get half of the night to do stuff for like himself, and is going to spend 3 hours while everyone is like bedding down and first going to sleep, working out, doing like calisthenics and stuff, kind of like chin-ups off of tree limbs, and then is going to
Another training montage.
Yeah,
I want to be the very... we can't afford that. I won't sing the full song, but you all get the picture.
And at the end of the 3 hours, when it's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that, he is going to wash off the viscera of the battle in the local pond area that he's kind of bedding down next to.
So you're going to... There is absolutely... So the Elsir River it splits the town in two, but there is a small lake that kind of washes in like a... Are you kind of probably bedding down by that?
Yeah, I'm over here on the corner of the map that is all woods. Like across the little pond that's next to the blacksmith. I'm standing at the edge of the lake, so I'm like thinking he's like dipping in and washing off and everything. And then he's only doing it this late at night because there's nobody around to see him have to take his helmet off.
As the sun sets and the lights begin to turn on, various people within the town, dogs barking and people bringing them in and settling them down. The tenor of the smithy coming to a quiet, and you are just sitting there, Voltai, your feet in the water, and you hear the gentle croaking of frogs and things around you.
Yep. Deep in the shadows, washing himself off, and then when he gets out, dries himself off, dons his armor back, and goes into a trance on a perch of stone with Elagos nuzzled up next to him.
Okay.
Just as Thelgor goes to bed, he finds a nice open place on the floor, preferably with a rug of some kind. Whirls around and lies on his stomach with his tail up in the air. Goes to sleep.
Like a pointer. Like a pointer dog. You just...
Yep.
That's so cute.
At some point in the night, Celine comes in with a blanket and then covers Thelgor with it. Just wrapping him up.
James is going to do a workout, similar montage, maybe more focusing on lifting. I don't know.
You go out, James. You go outside in the middle of the night, and you just see Morlin, and Jet are just. No, you do the next one. I won't do the next one. We've done 10 shots. I can't I can't keep up with you. He's like, do it or you're a pussy. And he smacks the thigh of this giant orc, and he's just like, fine. And they're 3, 2, 1, and they just begin to work through their drunkenness through the night. And you go all out into the yard, and they begin placing bets as to when you're gonna drop, but you're an elf. You never do, and you go through forms. I'm assuming just kind of practicing in working out.
Yeah, and then I would, for the first time since my 3-month-long imprisonment, I would take a bath or jump in the river or whatever. This guy is like gross, like, you know, and he's desperate.
It's like the scene in Ice Age with the old sloth, where it's just like an oil slick that comes. Just...
Yeah. So he would definitely stew in that for a solid half an hour and just relax and get clean. But then I think finally he would bring, if he can find Voltai, he would bring him a similar bread as to what's your creature's name?
Elagos.
Or
Elagos. He would bring a similar bread, you know, a piece of bread or a loaf of bread, and just offer it to Voltai in his solitude, and just figured you could use some bread.
He kind of he's in the trance at this moment, but like he slowly holds his hand out and barely reacts as you set it into his hand. Almost like he's unconsciously responding to a voice nearby while his mind is elsewhere.
Well, rest well, friend.
And
he puts the bread in his arm and hand.
He hardly reacts. He just like slowly moves it back. But you can tell that by the way he kind of sets it into his lap and lifts his head up a little bit, that he's somewhat cognizant of what you're doing and that you're there.
Elagos nibbles on a little piece of it.
James kind of looks around for Elagos. Does he see Elagos?
Oh yeah, Elagos is probably actually reacting and probably trying to take it out of his hand.
Yeah, I would reach out and give, you know, a piece of bread to Elagos too, and try to give him a pet.
He probably snatches it a little like skittishly, because you know he's been with Voltai and Voltai exclusively like his entire existence. But
all right. There we go.
Like a good boy, you know, he will eventually warm up, I'm sure.
Sleep well then.
James, you make your way back to the Anubis abode, where you continue to hear the clamor all night. Caleb, it's music to your ears. You just shut off. Your father has had nights like these where he just it clangs into the night, and for most people that would drive them nuts. For you, it's home. And all of you are tired as well.
I think Caleb would spend a little bit of time telling Rue about some of the things that he's done while he was away. Like giving her some stories about his adventures. I would say he would even give her that he would make her promise to be careful with it, but he would give her one of his daggers that has the Bahamut dragon hilt on it.
You flip it to the hilt, and she like
be careful.
Okay, I'm sorry. And she kind of puts it back in the sheath. It's so pretty. Thank you. And she like puts it at
You're
her
welcome.
hip. Thank you. And she hugs you.
Get some strong foreshadowing vibes here, guys. I don't like it.
I'll go back.
7 dragons out of the sky. No.
Oh, hey.
No, you have a moment with your sister. She is extremely grateful. She listens and is fascinated by everything you say. She hangs on to every word. And you guys wake the following day as the night wears on. The sunlight, the moonlight shines upon Drellin's ferry and casts a glow on the 2 elves that trance, cleaning themselves, working out. And in the night,
Oh,
the
Caleb
rest of
definitely
you
took a bath too, though.
out. As you guys wake up
Bathing.
the following dawn,
You're just licking yourself.
like a cat, very cat, dragonborn or cats. It's canon. You guys wake up as the dawn's light rises, and you see the distant sun peer over the edge of the tree line. What would you all like to do? Day 2. Just flash like seeing like one of those crime shows.
I'm just gonna wake up and like before Caleb and Rue do, and I'm just gonna like sit there and stare at them, waiting for them to wake up.
Rue wakes up first.
Hi.
Oh,
Breakfast. Yeah.
and she like sneaks over to the cabinet and opens it up and pulls
I
out like
sneak behind her and I like looking over her shoulders.
make a stealth check.
Everyone laughs. Everyone, make a stealth check, big guy. Well, you know what? I actually have decent stealth.
He
12.
does. He really does.
No, that's why I'm laughing.
Not a 12.
We got a 12. Make a perception check with disadvantage, Caleb. You are asleep.
Perception check with disadvantage.
But he is big, and the floors are made out of wood, so
Fair enough.
he creeps. 12 is not bad.
10.
Like, it is, as the morning light comes up, the final bits of sound cease. It seems that the final bits of work that don't require clamor and clanging have come to fruition, and Morlin and Jet have completed their work somewhat. And Thelgor, you like sneak up, and you see she pulls out these like dice fruits that were in a wrapped bag, and like sets them out. It's just this like hodgepodge of really sweet fruits.
One long claw. Beer is one of them.
She does not slow down. This is not a child that likes to slowly eat. She just immediately has a stain of like grapes
like
and cantaloupe and different. You see like bananas. It's just this massive
Thelgor
fruit bowl,
feels like
basically.
Thelgor feels like there's a sense of competition going on here, so he just like takes a big handful and crams it into his mouth, takes another big handful, like direct eye contact with Rue the whole time, just
That's fucking
Going down, kid.
And she's eaten too much fruit. And Caleb, this is at this point you wake up fully, and you're like,
Thelgor wins.
and you hear
What?
Thelgor wins, and Rue's
Punches
like,
the ceiling. Oh,
yay! Oh, my stomach. And you look over and you see your sister covered in like fruit juice, and so is Thelgor. Thelgor's teeth are like tinged blue from blueberries and all sorts of other things. It's
You
bad.
overate again, didn't you? Overate again, didn't you?
yeah. I'm sorry.
fruit bag, fruit bag, fruit bag.
Fruit bag. And she's put herself in a fruit coma, if it's even possible.
Sugar crash.
Sugar crash. And yeah, you guys wake up. Celine makes a actual breakfast, which I'm sure Stelgor would still eat. And she actually cooks up a couple of the rabbits into a nice kind of stew with biscuits and gravy.
Nice.
It's delicious. And
Now Mike is hungry now.
oh,
Sorry, Mike.
I love chicken biscuits and gravy. It's the best combination. I'm literally now allergic to pork. It's awful. My life has changed for the worse in that regard. I literally can't eat pork or my body tries to like shank me a million times. But chicken. We like chicken. Chicken is stayed strong.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
It's the only thing that won't kill me apparently, besides steak.
Okay.
I love steak. See, steak, biscuits, and gravy.
That actually sounds not bad.
That's where my mind's going.
But you all eat, and James, you awake
Sorry, Mike.
You're good.
feeling your workout from the night before, but feeling better. You're clean. You feel like there's a purpose ahead of you. And as you wake up, you are met with the wafting smell of a delicious breakfast. And you see Jet comes in, opens the door, and behind him is Moreland, whose face is covered in soot. Jet is like wiping his hands off. It seems like he's shaking them off after just cleaning them in some trough. He's like, "Right, honey, is there breakfast?" And he's like, He goes over, scoops half the biscuits onto his plate, pours. It seems like this man eats once a day, and it's now. And he like, he sits next to you, Thelgor, almost as big as you, about a foot shorter. But he's just like, respect. And he digs into a pretty much equal sized portion as you're eating. And the rest of you are left with what's ever left. Which is a good amount. She makes a lot in preparation.
Yeah, so, you know, she know how much our family eat.
And it goes beyond that because now it's like you've got this gigantic dragonborn in your midst. So she does her best, and it is delicious. You guys basically complete your meal, and as you are sitting there, Jet leans back. The armor. Are you ready for it, boy?
Oh, yes.
Aye. Follow. Moreland's like... and he's like... you see Celine's like, he's got the weirdest snore ever. Just pay him no mind. You can't get the man to wake up once he goes to sleep. And she kind of pats her head on Moreland. She picks up one of the blankets and throws it up over his shoulders and grabs his hair and removes it from the biscuits and gravy and puts it back down on the table. And
Is there a couch or something nearby?
there is.
I pick him up and I put him on the couch.
Thank you, darling. And she pats your arm, and Moreland just like just weirdest snore. Jet, who's got bags under his eyes but still is excited to show you the work that they did, brings you out and shows you this suit of plate armor where you see these like little dragon like sigils that they custom went in. You see, Moreland's a very good smith. He did that, and you see it's like where the pauldrons would connect on your armor are these two dragon like pins that keep them connected, as well as leather straps that are underneath the plate that you gave them. Your breastplate that you were using, now becomes a true breastplate adorned with pauldrons. Your bracers are more sturdily fit and reinforced, and you find yourself equipped with a full suit of plate armor.
I love it, and I did pick up that longsword as well.
Beautiful. They present you the longsword as well, and actually have made a brand new sheath for it, with this dark leather that is brand new. It smells like that new leather seat smell, or like you went into a wallet shop. It's awesome. Does anybody else pick up anything? As Voltai, I'm assuming, is... Where are you what are you doing in the morning, Voltai? Are you making your way towards things? Yeah, it's up to you. What would you like to do in the morning?
I think Voltai probably wakes up really early or breaks from his trance really early and starts his morning off by hunting and killing a squirrel.
Absolutely.
And cooking it over a fire with some berries and mushrooms that he foraged.
Absolutely.
And then is going to make his way into the shops right as the market is beginning to open up, and is looking for a whip,
Okay.
like a masterwork whip. He's already got one, but he's looking to see maybe if they've got something that might be a little bit more effective or better quality.
I'm gonna say this is a perception check. As you're like going through all the stalls, it is small. The green, although it has a large tree, it's a large section of the town where all these people and caravans mingle. It is still a very small town. I'm gonna see the DC here is 20 to find such an item that would qualify as that. If you get over that, we'll go from there.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I rolled pretty poorly. I've got a good bonus, but I rolled poorly.
There's a couple of whips you find, especially at a shop or a stall rather, that seems to have equipment for horses and horse tack that has come through the town and set itself up here. Has whips for different uses for herding cattle or anything like that. But nothing at the level you're looking for.
At the same time, he's also kind of looking out for someone who sells rope.
Yeah, absolutely. How much rope are you looking for? You find plenty of rope. Not a problem to find.
I'm looking specifically for silk rope or heightened quality rope.
Okay. You ask about silk rope. You go up to one of the merchants and he like scratches this burly man with a completely bald head, mutton chops, kind of white hair of an older age, and he kind of scratches his chin. You're going to want to go to the sundry shop. None of that fine stuff down here. We got fruits, we got leather stuff. The fine stuff's in the sundry shop. And he points up the hill towards a small building made out of wood.
Very well. Thank you.
And he points actually towards this shop. And as you come around, this is still fairly early in the morning as Voltai is making his rounds. I would say you guys are, right now, this is probably when Caleb is waking up to find Rue and Thelgor just gorging themselves on fruit. And you stand just looking at this sign. You see at the sign above you says Jarrett's Sundries.
What do you say, Elagos? Shall we knock? Quack. No, we shan't kick it in.
And you open the door and see you see the interior of a eclectic shop. Mushrooms and herbs, some glowing bits of crystals that are setting on different shelves, segments of different alchemical reagents that you might find in different parts of the world set up in a way that is almost like a display. You see wound silk on kind of like triangular setups, as well as some carpets of fine make. This sundries collector, as you see behind the shop, is... Let me check here. Just double check. Yeah, you see what looks to be a... you see a human man that kind of just... Welcome. What can I do for you?
Good morning.
My name's Jarrett.
Find
Welcome to
myself-
Jarrett Sundries.
Oh. Good morning, Jarrett. I find myself with a heavy pack. I was looking where I might be able to lighten my load for the long treks into the Witchwood. And I think I might have a need for some silken rope or something a little bit better, stronger, if you have any.
Aye, we have
But
that.
at minimum, silk rope.
Yes, we have silk rope. And he kind of, as he's like pulling it out, and he kind of looks over his shoulder. Why are you going there, if I might ask? Where are you going?
Hmm.
Make an inside check.
Ooh, okay. Insight. Nice. Ooh, 24.
Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I rolled really
Okay.
high,
Used to
and I got a
24.
+6.
The DC here was 20.
All right.
You see this man as he's like leaning down. The moment you say we're going into the Witchwood, you see his attention focuses on you, and he's treating you like a customer. But there's like this. There's something underneath it, and he's like looking at you as a warrior, what you're carrying, and everything. I'm just kind of nodding. It seems he's with a 24, what you get that is definitive. The way this man asked you, where are you going?
Sounds a bit sketchy.
Yeah.
Who cares where
Well-
you're going? It's the Witchwood. And not only that, he didn't comment on anything to do with the goings on in the town. Everybody in this town would know. You've been to small towns. You know when things happen. Everybody knows. Everybody's worried about it. This man shows no worry or sign of
They
like he
probably-
wants to talk about it.
There's probably also mad news run rampant that we showed up in the first place.
Indeed. But he sets the rope on the counter. Right? Anything else you're looking for?
No, just the rope.
You have to be careful
Much
in the
will it
Witchwood.
be?
Pretty scary place you're going there.
Indeed. So I've heard. But woods are woods.
Well, when you folks headed out, we could try to prepare you with food and things like that, depending on if we know how many days you're going.
That will not be necessary.
Very well. And he,
How much for the rope?
so let me look here. Adventuring gear. Rope.
So this guy's in cahoots with the Red Hand. Obviously, we should just take him out back and put him out of his misery.
Hold on.
That'll run you 12 gold pieces for 50 feet. How many feet are you getting?
I am going to.
It's 5 pounds for each.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's 5 pounds. That's why I'm going for it, because it's 10 pounds for hempen rope, but it's only 50 feet.
It's
I'm
true.
thinking I wanted to get. I already have the weight. I'd like to have more length. So I'll go for 100 feet.
That's 24 gold.
Yeah. So let me think here. Maybe the 24 gold.
And
So Voltai is going to open up his pouch and very like carefully and calculatedly rummage through the pouch, looking straight into the eyes of the dude. So all he can see is just his visage with piercing silver like lizard eyes. As he's rummaging through, and he pulls out the exact 24 and kind of sets them a little hard down onto the counter. And as he does so, without taking his hand off, you didn't see me here. As Elagos jumps up onto his counter. And keep your questions to yourself.
Make an intimidation check. As Elagos just jumps onto the counter, latching on, scraping the wood with its claws.
Goddamn trash roll. It was so close to being a good roll. 9.
9. He kind of looks at you. Stay safe out there. And just nods.
Now
Looks at you in your cold, just pointed stare, and just nods as you leave his shop. And yeah,
that might be a problem later down the road, but for now.
So,
what could go wrong?
Voltai, you are close enough to the smithy, or you're literally like the building over. Are you going back to meet up with your friends at this point?
Yeah, I would think so. I just wanted to try to get some better rope in instead of having only 50 feet of trash rope.
Absolutely. It'd be this. You begin to make your way around the building, and all of you are finishing up your breakfast when you see Voltai enter the door. And Voltai, you are met with a wafting smell of baked bread, gravy, and just it's a delicious smell. You see Celine, Caleb's mom, unravels a plate and sets it out for you. I saved you some, darling.
It smells delicious. However, I've had one of your local squirrels.
You see a Jet's like, more for me, and he grabs the plate and scoops it up and just demolishes Goku style, just gone. And yeah, you all long rest, collect yourselves. What are you? Have we distributed all the scrolls and everything?
Yeah, just a quick question. How much? What's the total for the plate and the longsword +1 if I were to exchange my chainmail and regular longsword?
So let me look here. It's 150 gold pieces for the longsword. So that's gonna run you 500. No, so that's 450.
600.
So that's 600.
600
total. You'll have 400 gold pieces left. James went from destitute to quite rich.
And if I turn in the chainmail, would I get like 4 gold taken off of that or something with the longsword?
Oh,
You haggle with it.
if you're throwing in the chainmail,
And the old longsword, yeah.
well, the chainmail is the foundation of the plate armor.
Gotcha.
So they
Never mind.
use
Okay.
they use the chainmail that you already have as like a foundation for the plating that they've already used, or else they would have had to start from scratch. And
Makes
making
sense.
making a bajillion rings of steel, hard to do in a night. So regardless of if
It's
you're a
not
dwarf or not,
impossible.
it's not impossible. But regardless, they had to work the plates as well as do that. So they fix any of the links. You find your chainmail underneath the plate is beautiful. It's polished. They have taken care of it. They have done something to treat the metal and waterproof it. It seems that you have gotten a combination of some of the finest smiths of their craft, and they have put together a very, very nice set of plate mail. They are not magically gifted, but they're dang good at making it look nice. And yeah, what would you guys like to do as the day is yours? Your mother and father, Caleb, Celine, and Jet, lean in, give you hugs and everything, and are preparing to see you off.
Yeah, I'm sure Caleb's mother tries to talk him out of it at least one more time,
Absolutely.
but he assures her that he's doing what he knows he has to do.
Absolutely. Your father kind of leans in. I trust you, boy. Just be careful.
I will, Baba.
These tribes, savages. Don't get captured. Don't be a fool. Use your head. And he just taps you in the middle of the head. Always use your head. Not always muscle. He also just taps his massive biceps. Your mother hugs you.
Fucking boulder shoulders.
Just absolutely, yeah. Rue comes up. Come back home. Love you. And she, like, gives you this big hug. And she
I
turns
hug
to
her
you, Thelgor. Protect him. Please.
Uh-huh.
Please.
Don't worry. No goblins will get close.
And she goes up to your leg and hugs your leg.
He just like pats her head gently.
Jet kind of like squints his eyes and nods. Right. You all have been very nice to meet. I look forward to seeing every one of your faces alive and well and back. And please, if you're in town, come by. You are friends of the family now. And he pats each of you on the shoulder. Hopefully that armor can save you from a few sticky situations.
It's a beautiful piece of craft you've made here. Thank you. As well.
And you just... Jet's like, I'm so sorry about him. I'm sure he would love to hear you say those things. But we appreciate it. I could not have done it without him. Safe travels, boys. And he nods to you, Caleb, with this stoic and knowing nod of what danger you're about to face. But you see this trust in his eyes, like, I trust you to come back home. And stay alive.
And I'm back like, I will.
He nods. And you guys make your way out of the Anubis abode. And as your parents crash, you all set off into a new day. Where are you guys going first? The Witchwood is your goal, ultimately, delving into the Dawn's Way itself. But to do so, you have to cross the ferry, which you have not done yet, any of you. So, it's either that or you guys could shop some more while you're in town.
Or swim.
True.
I have no need for the shopping anymore.
Anybody need anything?
What is shopping?
You guys...
I mean, those healing potions went a long way in that last combat. Could always get more healing potions if anyone's interested, but it's an idea.
You were
But
told
Voltai insisted that he can make those for us.
if you guys were told that there was a druid named Aberthel at the edge, which you know, Caleb. You've met him briefly, but you also heard of and know of Caleb. You know of the head of the Church of Pelor, which could potentially help. Those are both individuals that might know how to brew such things.
Mike makes a good point, though. Instead of, getting swole, Voltai should have spent his time at pre-trance making potions, like a good little party alchemist that he is.
Like a good little party alchemist.
Go
into your corner and make potions.
What's that?
Why don't you ask nicely?
Well, Elgor has no idea what you're capable of. He wasn't there for that.
Absolutely. So, you guys, party alchemist. That's probably what you will become, reasonably. Like, I don't foresee anybody else taking alchemist supplies.
He is a druggist.
Wait, what did you take that gives you the ability to make them?
Proficiency with the herbalism kit.
That'll do it. Yeah. We are using some custom rules for crafting and stuff like that. So basically, that's what we're going with. So tools give you proficiencies in crafting certain different things. So he has gotten the ability to make healing potions.
I mean, it even literally says, if you read through the proficiency with this kit lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make to identify or apply herbs. Also, proficiency with this kit is required to create antitoxin and any potion of healing.
Oh yeah. What I will say is, to make it simple for healing potions, it costs you half the cost for all the materials. And yeah, it's going to cost you half the cost. So to get the materials, if you're going to buy them in town, you'll have to do that. Otherwise, you might have to forage for the materials.
Yeah.
So
I'll buy what I have to, but forage everything that I can.
Absolutely. You guys make your way towards, I'm assuming, the toll house where the bridge is.
Yes.
Oh, hello. Come on.
All right, so where are we headed?
The bridge.
No, but like as a party, what's our current course of action?
I'm guessing that we could
There-
probably stop at the druids, right, along the way to the hermit, and then from the hermit, then try to begin our scouting mission.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
You guys begin to make your way underneath the toll house, this large arched building, and you begin to hear the sounds of the water. As you approach, you hear the of cattle that seem to be working the ferry off to your right. And you are met with a series of piers. Off to your left, you see a fresh ferry that is open for use. And as you guys kind of maneuver your way around along the coast, you find yourself at the edge of this pier. And you see a man standing there. Scraggly beard, patchy, very, very kind of dark red hair, short, and he points to the boat. 1 silver to cross the river for the ferry, for each of you.
We might have to have Thelgor go separately.
Man's charging us when we're going to save the village. Man.
He looks over. Oh, right. And he pulls out something. Yes, my apologies. The fee is waived. Please step on. And you see he pulled out some sort of piece of parchment and read a description of some kind and sees your party. He's like, oh yeah. Probably the giant dragonborn qualifies.
There
as
goes
that.
Telgor.
Yeah,
gotcha.
the giant
Fell into the
dragon.
water.
Taking a wee dip.
Thelgor, you hop in and the boat just it rides along. You are that close. And at times as you cross the river, you're having to like balance and make sure not to tip the whole thing over. Water spills in at other times with waves that come. He's like, I'm gonna have to use a bucket. And eventually you guys all cross over after about, I would say, 15 or 20 minutes of back and forth. Eventually you all arrive on the other side.
Could everyone else fit if I wasn't in it?
No. You guys have to make 2 trips. That's why I said it takes that long.
I was just gonna say I could try swimming otherwise.
So I will put you guys on the other end. So we'll go back and forth. Oh. There goes Caleb. And eventually you guys are all found on the other side. Thelgor, you're the only one that gets covered in water. Just because of your weight and almost tipping the boat over. And you are not able to bring your cart, unfortunately. With your weight and everything like that, the cart has to stay behind. However, any equipment, I will say Moreland gives you a backpack. Moreland's like, hey, take this, lad. That way you don't have to carry the cart over the river. And he gives you a bag so that way you can store all of the stuff that Thelgor found.
Extra long straps, right?
Very long straps. He's like,
Custom made, baby.
I'm like the opposite of, you know, how there's like the, you know, the 6-year-olds go to school and they got the full-size backpacks. I'm like the opposite of that. I'm like one of those, you know, like what are the girls going to the shopping with their backpacks like that
And
big
thus-
on their back for some reason?
and thus, and this, in this world, is how adjustable backpack straps became invented. And it will now be a commercial item within the world of just being able to...
Including Velcro.
Yeah, including the Velcro. Velcro was
Yeah.
invented last night. What are you talking about?
Come on.
But yeah, you all arrive and see the ferry has landed you on the other side of the town. You see off to your left-hand side Jendar's warehouse, which is another shop that is well known within the town, mainly for merchants and things of that nature. You also see the Gosler's Brew House, which is well known for supplying the various inns and people here in Drellin's Ferry with their alcohol. You begin to make your way up the Dawn's Way and out of the town, following each other's footsteps carefully. And as you guys reach the edge...
I like those ponies.
Yes. You guys eventually reach the edge of the town. The guards nod at you as you see a guard post that rises up on this side of the town as you head north and out. Yeah. So as you guys begin to head out of Drellin's Ferry, so too does the road begin.
Telgor. Boop, 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 boop. I
Okay.
see you booping. Oh no.
Each of you, for this, yeah, for all of your interactions in Drellin's Ferry, each of you are going to get 1,000 experience.
Oh, snap.
Can't complain about that.
You have made a positive impression on the community. You have ingrained yourself as people that are willing to help, and rolled a couple nat 20s that were extremely crucial. So you guys have gotten a little bit more than you normally would have, as well as some boons to help you along your way. You begin along the Dawn's Way, and the sound of the river begins to grow long in the background. It's a little too whimsical for me. This
Mhm.
song. This is gonna work.
It's just the calm before the storm, right?
So you guys begin to move into the Witchwood, the edge of the tree line hitting your eyes with greenery and the thick vegetation that darkens the interior. The canopy itself covers the wood like a dim blanket, and the few pockets of light that you are able to pick out are few and far between. The Witchwood is ahead of you, and as you make your way in, you begin to push in. You journey on the Dawn's Way. How far are you going? It's about 9 miles to get to the point where you were talking to. Are you guys meeting up with Jor, or are you continuing on to the Blackwater and over Swift Creek?
I think
it
we're
would
going to the door, right?
Yeah, I think it would be beneficial to at least check in on George to see if he was attacked, and if not, if he has any information that could make it a little bit easier for us to do whatever we do.
I will let you know that journeying to Jor's is going to put you at about 18 miles traveled for the day, given it's 9 miles along the Dawn's Way, and then the path, the actual trail that it would follow, leads about 7 miles in addition. So it wouldn't be 18, it'd be 16 miles. So that would leave you a total of 8 miles that you can then travel back. So you could, in all technicality, you could go along the Dawn's Way, go to Jor's, and then by the time you've moved back to the Dawn's Way, you could rest on the Dawn's Way in preparation for the next morning, if you chose to do that.
Assuming that we don't get ambushed, attacked by ogres, giant spiders, Jor himself.
Hey, Voltai is gonna come on the clutch with one of these rolls, right? The travel roll, maybe.
He's gonna get a nat 1 on the survival check.
Don't do that.
Well,
Jump my ogres.
Voltai, because of his class, passively does this stuff.
Oh.
So you guys don't need to make survival checks necessarily because you've been directly pointed towards the path. You guys asked about things like that, and they pointed you directly towards the path that Jor would be on. They warned you about some things in the midst, so at the most, you'll have to roll here. As you go forward, I need one of you to roll me a D100.
And Voltai is helping us travel relatively quietly because I'm a bit loud.
I'll just carry you.
If you guys are going stealthily,
piggyback
you're gonna be at half speed.
You just hug me so like no rattling happens.
No, I piggyback you. You just get uppy.
To the D100?
God. D100, yeah.
Uppy.
45.
That's not good, Mike.
Okay.
We shall see.
Maybe close to 50 is good. Who knows?
So, you guys begin to travel along the Dawn's Way. As you do, you are moving through the forest and finally get to use my dice.
Uh-oh. D100s are never good, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's tough.
Very rarely.
Has anyone ever rolled on an important roll a 100 on a D100?
Yes.
It's pretty
Wow.
epic.
But, again, I've been playing these games for a long time, so statistically I was due to do it at least a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also rolled 100 on random encounter tables for parties I've been DMing for, and that one didn't end well for them either.
Okay.
Suckers.
Ah, level 6 party. Well, here's your beholder, and have fun.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Give us just 1 minute, folks, as we switch the map here.
They ran into the
Oh,
beholder, by the
yeah.
way. They survived. It's fine.
I would run from the beholder too at level 6.
We are in trouble.
Oh dear.
You guys begin to push out through the road. And as you do, you guys collect yourselves. So let's bring everybody back. And as you guys are traveling along the road, what is your marching order here? I would set yourself up in the middle, the exact middle where I'm putting you, but set up your marching order real quick.
I'll be in the front. Still, I'm not quite loaded into the other map yet.
Yes, I have to summon you.
Where are we? Here we go.
Well, I would say I have the highest general perception as well as the longest range weaponry.
Okay.
And I'm also the tracker, so you could be behind me while I'm in front.
But I mean, you just said it yourself. You're also the ranged character.
Yeah,
So,
but like I can get away pretty easy.
Fair enough. Yeah,
so
sure.
I'll be the caboose.
No, that music changes.
That's
concerning.
intense as hell. No.
Mm-mm. You encounter a Tarrasque. Fuck.
Ah! We're level 5! Run!
We could also be the trail is wide enough. We could walk abreast.
Volta. You hear a log snap. And you see a bear that is 20 feet tall. Roll initiative.
The fuck? 20 feet tall.
As a giant bear appears.
Oh man.
Okay.
Whoa, we were. Be nice, please.
It
Yo,
begins
does
to.
this bear speak Draconic?
So I will say it doesn't appear right in the middle of the road. It seems to have been sleeping over here. Oh, hello. It's so large I can't even. Okay, there we go. And has maneuvered around. Its claws tear into the side of a tree trunk, and you hear this vicious snapping. Yeah. Everybody roll initiative and tell me what you got.
I've been I'm in between worlds apparently in the game board.
Mm.
Give me just a moment. I'll summon you. There you go.
I also don't
Dude.
have Elegos.
It is not.
Oh
being
no,
nice.
it's like you might be having some connectivity issues.
Yeah. It is all good, though. So that's 14. Oh my lord. Okay, so did anybody get a 25 to a 20?
21 for Caleb.
I'll Volta, I got a 20. That's crazy. I was thinking I was gonna go first. So I'm gonna try to talk to this thing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we have
Caleb
that
coming in clutch
potion
with
of
this 21.
animals.
I do. I can speak the animals.
Okay. What did Thelgor get?
17.
17. James?
16.
You all go before it. It rolled a 14. It has a +0 on its modifier. It is not quick. It's just... And its teeth... I try to do my best Joe Rogan bear impression. Just... Somebody get Joe Rogan in here to do a bear. Quick. Stat. No,
Come on.
You see this thing vicious. Its saliva is dripping as its maw opens. Caleb, you're first.
I think that you said you wanted to talk to it.
I mean, you do what you're gonna do. It doesn't. If you want to start swinging on it, go for it. It doesn't really bother me none because I mean I can try to talk to it, but I'm also not very persuasive. So I don't know what I'm gonna be able to tell this vicious bear
Yeah,
to make it
honestly, he
go
doesn't
away.
look very communicatory. He doesn't look like he wants to talk about a damn thing. How far am I from this hulking monstrosity?
Not very.
You are. Yeah, not very. Less than 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you're less than 30 feet away.
About 25 to be precise.
What's the move?
All right.
It begins to stand up on its legs. It's just matted, covered in hair. You see scars and like marks along its face. It is terrifying.
Awesome. I wonder how wise a bear is.
Indeed. Probably really into honey. Just take this.
Maybe it's Winnie the Pooh, just enlarging.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Hex on it.
Okay, your electric energy begins to gather around its feet.
Awesome. And then I'm going to go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast.
That's a big old bear.
Elegos is going to use its reaction to infuse your Eldritch Blast and add a d6 of lightning damage to it.
Awesome. Now, 23 to hit for the first beam.
23 is going to hit. Second one.
Awesome. And a 17 to hit for the second beam.
It hits.
Awesome. So you just see a surge of lightning energy pulse through his gauntlet, and then it kind of sounds like the Iron Man shoot. He fires 2 shots.
Sick.
So first shot is gonna be. Well, I'm glad you gave me that Elegos thing. So I get a what? 1d what?
6.
1d6. So I'm gonna add 2d6 because I have my hex on it, so it gets necrotic as
Oh
well.
my god.
So first beam is 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
Yeah, and the second beam. Wow, I am rolling really bad with the Eldritch Blast today. Second beam is 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna start walking
Yeah.
backwards. Like,
Yeah, as you would
that's-
reasonably do.
Yes, and like, oh, wonderful, and I shoot my 2 beams and start walking backwards.
Okay, you go back there, putting some distance between you and this thing.
Yep,
time.
my full 30 feet.
Yeah. So that's 5.
All right,
10, 15, 20. Yeah, right there.
Bullseye is going to, I guess seeing Caleb react as he did, knows that there's no going back now, and is going to draw his bow, kind of do like a jump back 15 feet, and is going to
Got it.
shoot the bow at the apex of his jump. Roll to hit here.
We can finally see your cool mini. everybody in the chat, and everybody that's watching later.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We apologize greatly
Oh,
for
yeah.
the quality of the first episode, and it will be better going forward. We have fixed that issue.
Does a
Those look
12
very
hit?
nice.
A 12 will not
Yeah.
hit. Its
Yeah, I didn't
hide
think
is
so.
too thick. It literally gets caught up in the hairs, and the electricity roils around it to no effect.
I rolled a fucking 3 on the die.
Oh,
Both
Yeah,
of my
dude.
Eldritch Blast damages came out as 1, so you're doing better than me.
You guys are putting some damage on it. Is that all you can do?
Yeah.
And then Ella goes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything other than move Elagos back. I don't want him to get squished.
So, Thogor, your turn.
All right. So I still can't see the map, so you're gonna have to move me into hugging distance. And I'm gonna start by employing my recently attained training, and I'm going to give this bear a nice solid right hook to the face.
It lands on the ground, and you, boom, just right across the jaw.
Oh, first attack. Oh, I'm gonna rage first, obviously. Sorry.
Hit the rage.
20 to hit.
I would like to rage.
20 will hit. I will say that will for sure hit.
Oh. Only 12 damage.
Only 12 damage? Okay. You clock it across the jaw.
And then I'm gonna use my free grapple to grapple it,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna suplex.
I wonder if this thing is gonna live.
you're gonna suplex it. Classic.
Okay,
it with the 17 to hit.
you're gonna to do this is gonna be an attempt at opposed grapple. To suplex something, you're gonna have to grapple it first.
Well, I get a free grapple when I hit something.
Oh, I keep forgetting who I'm playing with. Okay, yeah. So, grapple is opposed. So every time you grapple, we need to make an opposed check.
Okay,
So-
and it's athletics, right?
Yep, opposed athletics. So he's gonna roll. It ain't looking good, Thelgor. Yeah,
Oh, 13.
25.
Okay. Well, if the grapple fails, then I'll just uppercut it instead.
It shakes you off. This thing is huge. It is terrifyingly large.
Well, I rolled a nat 1 on my athletics. That's why.
Really? And it
Yeah.
still brought you that. Damn. Okay. Anything else you have?
I'm just gonna uppercut it instead since the grapple was free.
Boom.
16 to hit.
16 will hit. You,
That is a 16 damage.
16 points of damage.
Oh, you
Just, a tooth goes like.
I'm wondering whether or not this thing is gonna live for me to get another turn.
It isn't bloodied.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm sure a dire bear has tons of hit points, probably like 100.
This isn't a dire bear. This is a giant bear. This is not a thing in the monster manual. This is something that I got from an extended thing and worked on myself.
Steroids are bad.
They're terrible
Shit.
for you. Don't
Oh,
do it,
shit.
kids.
Homebrew creatures, boy.
Oh, I will do another free grapple after the uppercut too, by the way. So let's
Okay.
do another one. See if I can make it easier to deal
That's
with.
cocked.
See, that was a 19 that time.
15, you win. So how do you? This thing shakes you off, and then you, boom, uppercut it. How are you grappling it after you uppercut it? Just
So I'm gonna uppercut it, and then as I come down after, I'm just gonna like hug it, like just wrap my arms around it.
around
try
its
and-
neck, kind of.
Yeah, kind of around its neck and shoulders to kind of keep it like restrained.
You headlock a bear. That's
Headlock a bear,
3 times your size.
Cool.
and then let out a roar while I'm doing it too, like. Oh.
A 20-foot bear, you just fucking sucker punch. I love it.
Insane. James, it is your turn.
All right. I believe was that. Yeah, that's 30 feet, right? Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
The Witch
Can't.
Woods.
Well, since he's grappled, that counts as advantage. Is that correct?
I believe. Hold on. Let me see.
It counts as restrained. That's all I know.
Yeah, I believe someone that's restrained, you get advantage on attacks against it, but I could be wrong.
Give me just a second. I'm looking at it right now.
Because I
Your
can't
speed
flank
becomes
it 'cause I don't have a movement.
speed becomes 0. Yes, speed becomes 0. You can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Yeah, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage if you are restrained. So yeah,
I will get in his grill, and I will attack him.
You know, like,
attack. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
This
Roll.
will fit it. Oh, fuck me. Trash. 10.
By the way, I almost forgot. My hex allows me to claim that the creature has a weakened resistance to certain saves. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna read that, and I'll tell you what it is in a second.
Well, it's already got disadvantage on dex saves because it's restrained. So you have to choose the hex when you cast it.
Yes.
So if you'd like to do strength, that would probably be smart.
Yes, I'm gonna go with strength. He has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability, so I'm gonna choose strength.
Beautiful. Yeah, and grappling is a check. So James, yeah,
I definitely missed the first strike with a 10, correct?
yeah, you slice into it. Just a tuft of fur is cut off, but nothing more. And you slice. Its hide is so thick, and then you go in for a thrust to try to cleave into it deeper.
And I will attack again.
Sure thing. Yeah. Oh,
There we go. 25.
25 is gonna hit. That's nuts.
And that is 10 damage.
10 damage. It's
And I believe I will use Divine Smite to add 2d8 radiant damage.
what does your divine smite look like as you reel
Ooh.
back for this strike and it glows for one of the first times you've really used divine smite. I think you used it once last time, but we didn't
I
really
have not
describe
used it at all.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so this is good. This is good, and I hadn't thought of it, but I think it would have something to do with certainly the shield and my history with my long lost beloved. So I'd say maybe the shield, glows a classic radiant gold and just
The eyes of
know.
Bahamut just shing, they gleam with this brilliant radiant light, and as you pull back the sword, raising it kind of on your shield, you see the edge of your blade begin to alight in this brilliant white and kind of yellowish radiant hue.
and while it literally doesn't blind anything, it is a very
Yeah, you're having to kind of adjust your
piercing,
eyes.
yeah. Probably want to squint.
Squint.
That's 13 radiant.
Okay.
And that's, that will be all.
It's finally bloodied. Yep. It is finally
now
bloodied.
the bear gets to go.
So,
And it's fucking restrained. So its only options are to try to take an action to break from the restraint.
That's right. Let's do that contested check, big man.
did you rage?
At disadvantage.
Oh, I raged.
So you have advantage and it has disadvantage.
Oh,
Alright.
man. That hex is pretty sexy.
It is going
Wow.
to.
22.
It's going to make 3 attacks on you, Thelgor. Because it just feels your strength. You are something that it wasn't expecting. This small, comparatively to it is 20 feet tall. It's double the size of you. It thinks it's going to ragdoll you around, and suddenly you've got it in a fucking chokehold. Like it's a jujitsu match. And it's just like, "Rrr!" And it just rakes at you viciously with its 2 claws and attempts to bite you in the leg and sweep you with it. So it's gonna make 3 attacks.
With disadvantage, yeah?
Yeah. That's a 14 to hit you.
That misses. So as it lunges with its teeth, I force its head down.
Well, I'm gonna resolve the 2 claws first.
Oh, okay, so one claw just kind of put my shoulder up so it can't.
Or no, I'll say it's its bite. It's literally written in there with its bite and its 2 claws. So the claws are
After? Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
say
force its head down.
bites miss.
First claw.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 17 and a nat 20, so that'll definitely
those
hit.
both hit. Those both hit. But it'll just make
I need a
it more
bigger dice box. Everything gets cocked in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Another nat 20 and an 8, so that's an 18 to hit you.
Yep, both hit.
Okay. So thankfully the crits don't affect because it was disadvantage and everything.
Thankfully.
Thank the Lord. But that is going to be a total of... Let me see my d8s. $18 points of damage on the first one as it slices half to 9 because you're raging.
After 9, yeah.
I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Yeah.
21.
21. You succeed. Good God, I'm throwing these things. $23 points of slashing damage on the second one, strength saving throw, halved again down to 11. So you take 11 points of damage. And
Saving throw.
yeah,
32.
yeah,
That was a nat 12.
it tries to sweep your leg, but its claws rake into it, and your eyes go into this fury, not allowing your body to move when this giant creature is just trying to ragdoll you around. You just plant yourself defiant of what it's trying to get you to do. That's its turn. It is now Caleb's turn. What would you like to do, Caleb?
Caleb is firing another Eldritch Blast.
As it rockets out towards you.
26 to hit for the first beam.
Hits.
And I'm shooting at advantage, yes?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Yeah, it was great, yeah.
And I missed last turn, so Elagos is gonna add D6 to you, your Eldritch Blast.
And the second shot is 18 to hit.
An 18 to hit. You fire out with your Eldritch Blast, and the second one hits.
So, all right. So I get a D6 from you, yes?
On one of those,
Yep.
right?
From
Yep.
Alagos? Awesome. So I'm rolling for the first beam. I am rolling 1d10 plus 2d6 because of Elagos and the hacks. $18 points of damage for the first beam.
Oh!
The second one, and then the second beam is 1d10 and 1d6 because of the hacks.
They don't like that.
Second beam is 19 points of damage.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, brutal.
It is. You watch as one of your Eldritch Blasts goes through its front leg, like the tricep of its front leg, cleanly out the other side. It goes into this rage, flailing around. The second Eldritch Blast smacks it in the side of the head and sears this like rivulet of just tissue that is singed all the way to its ear, and it blasts its ear off. It is roiling around, so it's hard to aim at anything or get any precise shot as this creature's shaking Thelgor around, who has it in just this vice of a lock. But it is looking so hurt.
And Caleb just goes, "Keep holding it."
Voltar. Unless you have, do you have anything else, Caleb? Do you have a bonus action you'd like to use? Want to check before I go to someone else.
No.
Perfect. Okay.
No, you're good. Go.
Any movement you'd like to use?
No, I think I'm okay where I'm at.
Perfect.
At least for now.
Voltai, you
Knock
and
on wood.
Elegos. You are on deck, my man.
All right. Elegos scurries up with its full movement
Okay.
right next to it. Voltai is going to kind of take like a step back and kind of like a hop up and off, like in his 5 foot square, not actually moving, just to like warrant his his minis pose, and trying to get some view over top of everyone who moved into melee. Gonna take his shot.
Okay. The arrows pull back.
All right, that's a 25 to hit.
25 to hit is going to hit.
So I'm going to mark it as my favored foe to add a D4.
I love that feature.
So let me roll the damage. Infused strike naturally.
Favorite foe is a D4,
roll.
I think, right? Or is it a D6?
Yeah, D4. All right, so let me roll. That's 10. 4. Nice. All right, so that's 13, where 8 of it is piercing and 5 of it is lightning. And then Elegos is going to attack.
Okay.
Where's he at? Gotta go to a separate page to go to Elegos. It's kind
You're
of
all good.
obnoxious.
Do you not have him in your D&D Beyond, like...
It is. It's just it's like trying to find where I can the page that I can open up to roll his stuff.
Oh,
All
gotcha.
right, found it.
Gotcha.
All right, so he's going to. Oh man, he's supposed to have advantage on this, but I don't think I can roll it at advantage from this page. I'll have to look further into it and
Just
test it
roll
out.
twice.
I would just look at the modifier and like go back and roll.
I mean, that's gonna hit anyway, but I could always roll again just to see if I crit. I didn't crit, but I hit. All right, so now he deals 5 points of electricity damage. So for a total of 18.
How does Elegos want to do this?
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
As-
Elegos, huh?
Yeah, as he races forward at a rocket's pace, you're behind there. Your arrow slams into this thing. What does it look like as your Drake companion swoops in, probably
yeah.
underneath this giant bear as Thelgor is manhandling it, and radiant light is slashing in from James.
So I think that like Thelgor's got it in the fucking full armed headlock. Elegos runs up real fast, jumps up onto its face, latches on to like the sides of its skull, and bites it in the eye, releasing electricity into its skull. And it just kind of jerks around in Thelgor's arms for a second until it just slumps down.
All right.
And just to add to that final moment, as Elegos jumps off, triumphant, Thelgor just goes raw, like digs his claws in and rips the head off the bear and just throws it onto the street behind us.
You just
Fuck yeah.
the spine.
Actually metal.
Yeah, the spine, like half the spine rips out before part of it snaps, and you just have like a loose bear head with a bunch of spine behind it that you just onto the road itself.
Metal.
Oh my god. Yeah, you guys kill this thing. And as you all, you see what is Thelgor doing after this? Thelgor, you were covered in the blood of a dismembered head.
Viscera.
He's just breathing heavily, like looking around for something else, you know, like in that moment, just that glassy-eyed, like fury.
You look around, you don't see any other targets but your eyes that have just come into these like reptilian points, look around, and see that the battle is done and your rage ends.
Then he just slumps forward a little bit, looks down at the bear, looks at everyone else. Everyone okay?
We're good, buddy.
Bit concerned. What was that?
Big bear.
What was that?
Well, yes, but not
Larger than any bear I've ever seen.
That was 2,000. That was 1,000 experience to everybody. Is what that was.
God damn.
Damn.
Is this the work of the Red Hand? I mean, a bear 20 feet tall?
Make an insight check, Voltai. Being the most naturally gifted of the forest, you see this massive bear. Yeah.
Would you accept a survival check?
Sure. Nature survival.
Natural 20 for a 29.
This cannot be
Wow.
connected to the Red Hand. You're looking. The followers of Tiamat, which you're assuming this Red Hand is involved with, would use much more devilish and draconic tools at their disposal. Using nature isn't something that.
No, it's not something they would normally do.
This was just an unlucky happenstance of you guys rolling poorly on the random encounter table and me rolling behind the scenes and getting probably one of the worst ones out of the bunch. So
Unlucky for the bear, you mean?
Clearly, this is but another piece of evidence that nature, in and of itself, is one of the truest gods.
you
No, I
You
did
almost
take-
killed the creature with your bare hands.
No, I did take 20 hit points of damage while raging though, so it was definitely dangerous.
extremely. It had 3 attacks. Like if you were holding that thing down and it attacked like James or anybody else, like not have, that's like 40, 50 points of damage. You guys are like
Yeah.
looking really bad. But Thelgor came in clutch with those grappling checks. This is what I get, man. But you know what? That's the fun. That's the fun. You guys get all this experience, and a meal, potentially. Although, with a nat 20, you're like, I don't think we should eat this. You're like, the amount of worms
Yeah,
and
this is-
parasites in bear meat are like really bad. And you would have to sit there and you would have to boil out all of the flavor to the point where it would just be so unpleasant to eat.
No.
Which
no,
is exactly
just
how
like
bears are in
the
real life.
deer or something.
You don't like to eat that shit.
You don't want to eat predators generally anyway.
Yeah, that's the parasites and all the nasty.
Yeah. And they're gamey and it's not.
And
And
this
bears
is
are the worst because they eat everything. So they literally like
Mhm.
yeah.
extremely sinewy, very tough flesh. Not something you want to eat. But yeah, you all get 1,000 experience and continue on your way. And as you continue on your way, you all journey through the
What about
dawn.
George bear?
Let the ring bearer decide.
What's with you in Lord of the Rings today?
It's not just
It's always
today,
in here.
brother. It's all the time.
Way of life.
It's always ring time.
Yes.
We must
Truth.
Whether it be lords or Elden.
Yes. So you guys make yourselves availed to the road once more, and as your travel continues, so does the road. Miles pass, and as your goal grows ever closer, you see a break in the trees. With that survival check, it continues all the way till now. You're following the road and see the trees give way to a natural path that dips further into the forest. You look and see the game trails and various parts of the forest that might give you and your allies help in the journey to come. And as you all look for any sign of the Red Hand, any sign of a cabin, any sign of danger, that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Cool.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And this has been The Red Hand of Doom, Session 2. We are on day 2. So next week, we're going to come back and see what happens. Again, thank you all.
Embarrassed.